Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Constance the Reader. It's Monday, which I believe makes it Labor Day, and we're starting a new vlog, as you know we would. So I don't have too many plans today. It is 3:47, so it's 3:50. Devin is currently on his way home. Tonight we are not having game night with my parents because I have been invited to play some games with our friend Weepy for her birthday. Happy birthday, Weepy. Yeah, I'm excited. So I do want to try to read before we play games. I'm not sure when we're playing games, but like in general, there will be a point where we're not anymore. I can't play as long as everybody else, okay? Devin has played, he's done like a 12-hour stream. I think he's even done a longer stream than that. I don't understand how they do it because he only gives himself like maybe one break, and a lot of the time it's only for 30 minutes. My ass can't handle sitting for that long because I don't have a really nice chair upstairs. I don't have a Secret Labs chair upstairs. I just have my old computer chair. And it don't feel too good on these buns, all right? Not for too long. After 2 hours, I'm pretty much done. But I'm really going to try to push through this time because I really want to hang out. So today, I kind of put those things in okay. So today, I'm starting this, but I literally just ended the vlog before. And what I have done today is I went to Sally's. I need to get more pink hair dye, some like leave-in conditioner when your hair has color in it. And then I was like, you know what? I don't ever really paint my nails because I anxiously pick at my nail polish. So the most I do is put clear polish on my nails. But I'm kind of giving myself like a little pedicure, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I just need to get gel polish, which I've gotten gel polish before, but not like this. So I don't know. Wish me luck, y'all. So I got, this is the top coat, right? But this is just black nail polish, right? I didn't even open this bitch up. Yeah, so I figured black gel nail polish. Let's see how we do. Because the thing is that I have like a lamp and everything when I thought I might end up doing something like this, basically doing my nails. Also, when I was going to sell feet pics, yes, we almost did that. We were in some hard times. Yeah, but you know, me and Devin scrapped that idea. I know I got self-conscious. I think I have really cute feet, but you know, I don't really have the time. I don't know. Like, I don't know. My friend who passed away, she, when I told her like, yeah, I might get into doing feet pictures, like, oh my God, that's so awesome. I'll give you advice. I'll do this. I'll show you all the websites to go to. But that was so many years ago, and we haven't done it since. But we've had people that we know that we were friends with who did feet pics every now and then. They made a lot of money. And you know what? If I could get like $200 something, think about how many books that is. Come on, think how many more of these things I could get. And in the last vlog, you saw me open it. This is not the first one I got from before. This is the second one I got, the same fucking one. I have never, her eyeball's just going all wonky. I've never spent so much money on something and then got it twice. Life is so hard. Anyway, yes, I went on a tangent. Okay, sorry. Yes, yes, a few points in my life I wanted to do feet pics. I'm not ashamed. No one should be ashamed because they're just my little tootsies. They're just my little piggies. Why not? But yeah, I've got the shit to do nails. I just don't do them because I am really bored a lot of the time, and you'd think that would be the perfect time to do them. But at the same time, when I'm bored, I'm just gonna look at my phone and read instead of doing stuff like this. And again, I anxiously pick at my nail polish. So hopefully this will make it so I'm not doing that because it's harder. So that's the first thing. Then we went to Lukrembo, and I did get some good things, only 3 things though. And of course this fuck ass, you know, double what I've already bought. Cause this shit was expensive, okay? Not like break the bank expensive, but like it's not cheap. And that was even with the damn $5 survey coupon that I did at the end of it. Girl, life is hard. Then I had lunch with my parents. We had Thai food. Got my little red curry and my delicious sticky fried rice with ice cream. So blah, blah, blah. All that to say, I've had a pretty productive day. I haven't read anything yet, except for the stuff I talked about at the very end of that last reading vlog. I'm uploading all of my clips too, videos. And yeah, so we're gonna have a good time. I have the next 2 days off, so we're still gonna be good. And blah, blah, blah. That's the beginning of the thing. So yeah, what else is new? Like I said, Devin's on his way home. I'm fixing to do my nails a little bit, and then we're going to play games. I will say that, and I kind of mentioned this at the very end, but I know that I'm going to keep reading it, and maybe I will read it while I'm doing my nails. I started Absolute Threshold, and I don't mind it. Oh, I also read, okay, I did read something today. So You Are So Lovely came out today. Yeah, I'm still absolutely fucking loving this story. And I wish, again, that it wasn't coming out week to week and that was already done, because it's just so good. God, I'm obsessed with it. But it just felt like it ended too soon. I wanted them to actually be able to, not boots, to be quite honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. But because Wednesday, Devin and I are both off, we're trying to make plans with our friends, but like people that I knew from work. Our friend Will and his wife Sabrina. And Sabrina's the one I met who also likes BL. So it's like, oh my God, I'm making friends. Yay. And she had suggested some things for me to read. So that actually is probably what I'm going to try to read the next 2 days, because I want to be able to talk about those things with her. We haven't read all of the same stuff, but I want to read some more things that she suggests just so we have stuff to talk about, because I think that's fun. Yeah. Base coat done. But yeah, that's all there is to say, I guess. I'm watching somebody else's booktube right now in the background, but I think I might change it. I need to see, did I miss a Bazaar video? I may have. So I might watch one of Bazaar's video, and I think I need to get into some other ones where someone's telling me like, hey, what should you read for Halloween? I have things that I want to read for the Halloween season, but like it is fall officially, so maybe I should just start now. So I'm going to be looking those things up, and then maybe if I have time before we're playing games, because I don't know when that's happening, I might do a September TBR. Why not? We got a lot of time. So yes, I will see you guys at later today. Excited for the new vlog to start, and let's get it going.
Oh, she's below me still.
Debbie,
Connie?
can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I mean, I've been able to hear you the whole time.
That means you're below me, I think.
I'm in the fog now. What happened?
Oh no, Connie!
Ah! What is going on?
Connie!
What am I supposed to do? Ah! I'm gonna die.
It's okay, I'm right here with you.
Oh.
Hi.
No, get out of here, Debbie. Get out.
It's okay, my baby.
No. Ah!
Oh, hi.
Debbie, just let me go.
Never. Hello. Just hold E. Ooh.
Oh, yay, we're all together now.
Ooh.
Please, say something. No, Devin, no. No, there's nothing I can do. Should I just find it? I have less green bar than you is what I'm trying to say. Hello?
Let's go this way.
Okay. Wait, was that Weepy? Did she fall?
Did Weepy just fall past us?
I think she just fell.
Weepy?
Can you hear us?
Weepy?
Weepy, can keep yelling. Wait, where'd you go, Devin?
I'm right here.
Where? Oh. Okay. I thought I could hear her pretty well over here, but...
No! Weepy! Weepy! Hello? Oh, there's Weepy. Hello?
Ah. Suck my ass. Suck my asshole. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Suck it. Fuck. Please catch me. Fuck. Thanks, Debbie.
Oh, got it.
Oh. Okay, I'll follow you. Thank you.
Oh shit. Fuck. Bye.
Bye.
Later.
How did they get up there? Hey everybody, it is 11 o'clock at night. I am getting off of the game. We played Peak. Hopefully I managed to put a clip in from Devin's stream for that. Did I already say? Excuse the messy counter. I'm really sorry. And then we played Repo, and I'm so stressed after Peak. I screamed so much. But I already had one glass, but I'm going to make another one. Not necessarily like, well, I'm not going to show myself making it because I don't think I can do it with one hand like this. And I don't have my tripod. I don't feel like getting that. But this is all you need for a coconut lemon sour. So this is simple syrup that I had to make because I couldn't find any at the grocery store. So I literally made that not too long ago. Lemon juice, coconut water, and then coconut vodka. So it's 2.5 ounces of this, 1.5 ounces of this, 1 ounce, 1 ounce. But I do a double. Like I said, I don't drink very often, but this drink, yeah, girl. Yeah, this is my drink, okay? And if I'm going to drink multiples of something, it's going to be coconut lemon sour, okay? It will be coconut lemon sour. If you've never been to P.F. Chang's and you want to go and you want to drink, I'm sure there's other drinks that are good there, but this one always was perfect to me. So I'm going to make another glass of it. I'm not going to show you me doing it, but you will be seeing me take a sip. And it's going to be so delicious. It's going to be so good. So I'll see you guys in like 5 seconds. Okay, it has been made. Let's pour. Hopefully I didn't do so much that doesn't fit in the glass. Perfecto. Honestly, the simple syrup I made turned out really, really good, so I was very happy. And yes, let's do a little sip. Oh my god. Already it's so good. But you know, I think it really kicked it up a notch with my special simple syrup skills. Very, very easy. But yes, I'm going to retire to the boudoir, but I will be reading on my Kindle only though, because I don't know that I can really physically hold a book in my hand. So there you have it. I don't know. I did try to get back into In Cold Love. I don't know about that one, but I really want to see it through. But I also need to get through all of the other hundreds of tabs on my phone to read something. So Either way, we will be back. We will be talking about something I read. I just don't know what yet. Hello. All right. It is Tuesday. I don't know. Today has been interesting. It's like I haven't really done anything and it's already pretty late in the day. So I'm disappointed, but it's okay. I did read some things this morning. So I caught up on, my 3 faves right now. So I caught up on Jinx, I caught up on Yes Ma'am, and I caught up on Private Tutoring. Private Tutoring, still very cute. They're really going to town right now. Congratulations. I am just gonna be really happy when this one ends. Like, not because like I'm gonna rush for it to end, but like I know the ending is going to be satisfying. I just know it in my bones. Yes Ma'am, also nice little additional chapter today. She literally took him to the store to get the collar, but then it ended. And that just makes me so sad. Like, no, give me the next chapter now. I need to see that. We kind of get a little bit of the background of the main female character, but not by much. And I'm really interested to see like what is going on with her, the friend that keeps blowing her off, the background for like whoever dumped her and treated her poorly. I want to see those things. So I'm still really enjoying Yes Ma'am, even though it's very early on still. And then Jinx, another great addition to the story. So, even though I've been on my phone all day, I haven't been on Twitter to see people's reactions. I don't know what anybody is saying, like what anybody else is like pointing out, any things that they're, putting together, but I'm excited. I think that this was a really great new episode. We did not get another flashback. We did get something that people were hoping would happen, which is the take care of me when I'm sick trope. But it truly was an aha moment. So this is a spoiler for Jinx. He truly had an aha moment where he acknowledges, I have been in survival mode, since I was a kid, basically my whole life. I've never seen the value in having any like meaningful relationships, because having a relationship doesn't mean that it's going to get me the thing that I've been telling myself is the only thing I could possibly want, which is no, I don't necessarily think Jake Young is wanting to be famous, but with him winning comes fame. So, all of these things that he was told by his father that he would never be enough, blah, blah, blah. Like, he has exceeded that, but he's still so, I think, insecure and possibly hasn't truly like worked through, like, yeah, he put all these things together for his Jinx, but has he really truly like processed what happened to him? Or is he always just like, go, 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 go? I get like a flash of what happened, but I'm literally just looking forward. So even if these things come up, I don't care. I'm just gonna keep looking forward. Nothing can hurt me as long as I'm doing my routine. So until he really does that, I'm not really sure. Well, it might be coming up. That might be all he needed, because it's like Jake Young just seems like a very simple person. But also, I was thinking about it today. Jake Young is also really, really young. I think he's like 24 years old, 25. He's still in his early 20s. And I've never had that experience of living in extreme poverty, in living in an abusive home, having to do stuff like that. So if I were trying to put myself in the shoes of someone in that situation, and I got past that time in my life, I became successful, but I'm still so young, how would I really be treating people around me when I don't have, it doesn't seem like Jake Young has ever really seen a functioning, loving relationship, okay? Whatever was going on with his coach and then the other granny, like, I don't know if they were married, and like I don't know if he saw them interacting and being like, oh, that's what I want for my life. Like, I don't think he's ever seen any positive relationship, not as though it didn't exist, but just still, he's a kid. He's just trying to worry about making money to feed himself, going to train, getting better, getting him, and also trying to contact his mom, So I don't think that he's ever been able to stop and really see these things. So how would he know any different? So it does make me have like even more compassion for Jake Young in this situation, especially because, you know, he is, I mean, he literally says it in the episode. Like, I'm sorry, it just hit all the things that I wanted, you know? It hits all the things I wanted. He acknowledges, like, I can't believe that this is like who, like, I'm really, but yes, and this is the only person, and Tana's like this, and you know, I was projecting, and, you know, it really bothered, like, you know why he was so angry with Kim Dan, but he still doesn't totally know everything that happened to Kim Dan to make him like this. He doesn't know about the doctor who assaulted him and basically blacklisted him from working in hospitals. He doesn't know that. He just knows what he's seeing with his eyes. And because there's not more context, he doesn't have, like, he hasn't really had to be empathetic to people because he is just so laser focused on one thing. So now the light bulb has come on. He's now blushing even more. Like, he gets it. Will he say, like, I love you after? I don't know, but I'm excited. I want this next episode. I think it comes out on the 12th. Or maybe it's a hiatus. I can't remember how many episodes we've had. But I really, really want Jake Young to express himself. And then once we see, like, their relationship keep going, I'm so excited. I can't wait. Like, my predictions for what's going to happen. I do think something's either going to have to happen to Granny, or Granny is literally going to be, like, she's known the whole time. She's known something's been going on. She's like, oh my God, I see that they're, like, hard eyes for each other, right? I think she's going to convince Kim Dan to leave and be like, look, because she's already kind of said it, and everybody else has kind of said it. Like, you're young, like, you're still in you might be in your 30s, but you're still pretty young. You're out here, even though this is a beautiful seaside town. You're surrounded by older people, and you aren't really getting out, and I want you to, like, live and experience love and all this stuff. Like, and you already know that, I already know this. I know this in my mind. Jake Young kept the wedding cabinet. I know he did, even though he probably let it go out the house. I think he probably put it in storage if it's not still there. Right? Oh, no. Kim Dan got it, right? It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. All that matters is Kim Dan is going to go back to Seoul with Jake Young. Everything's going to be fine. I think he's going to win his match, but I think after he wins his match, I think that's it. Like, he's going to just be a coach, and he's going to end on a high note and not feel like he has to chase this thing, victory, championship. And they're just going to live happily ever after. And that's going to make me so happy. But, like, you know, like, we're seeing it, and I really love seeing people talk about it, because then they point out stuff that I missed. Like, you know, these little moments where Jake Young, again, it's not like front of mind that he's being this way, but, you know, even though he's absolutely had a nasty fucking attitude, been very, very cruel to Kim Dan, period, full stop. There were those moments, though, where he was being kind and sweet, and I don't think he realizes, oh, that's just how you're supposed to treat people. That doesn't make it better. That actually is pretty sad. But people were just, like, pointing out little things on Twitter, like, I don't know, I can't remember. I feel like I could just see the image, but there were something about being in the car, not that one car scene, but something else, and then him saying something to Kim Dan. It's like, he just has a way of talking to people that's just like, you got a sleek mouth, okay? You got to close it up. But enough talking about Jinx. Still really loving it. And I will say this, the last thing I'm going to say, this absolutely better get a physical print, because I will be buying it, and I might buy it in 2 different languages. I might buy it in English, and I might buy it in Korean. Bitch, I love Jinx so fucking much. I'm very excited. And the last thing I want to say that I read this morning was I started Hook, Line, and Sinker. So I tried to read In Cold Love again. I couldn't remember where I left off, and where I started again. I'd read it already, and I was like, God damn it, I really don't think I want to keep going with this story. So for anybody who has actually read and finished In Cold Love, do you think it's worth completing that? It's not that I'm saying that I don't think it's worth it. I'm sure it is worth it. But I just don't know. I don't know. It's just not really catching me. And I know that there's a little bit more to it than just like what I'm first reading. Like, we're about to get into the story of, like, you know, thank God, how do they know each other? We're going to take a flashback, I'm sure. but I don't know, I've just lost it. But because I tried to give it another try, I decided to start something else, and I started Hook, Line, and Sinker, and I really like that, and I will be finishing that. I think I kind of want to finish it today. I don't know what episode I'm on, but I'm close to the end of season 1. That is so funny. Like, literally, I have laughed out loud so many different times reading it, especially when he gets on the fucking floor and looks at him butt-ass naked under the bed. I'm gonna put the picture up because that was so funny. Hate what's happening to our main male lead. He is getting like pulled back and forth by these two men who are treating his virginness / behind with no care, no sense of care, really. I mean, kind of some care, but not nearly enough. It is wild, and these two other male leads really need to get it together. They need to reel it in, calm down. But yeah, it's been funny. So anyway, moving on. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Just going to hold them up. This is what I want to read. I'm not saying that I'm going to read all of this right now, but I want to get quite a bit finished. Yeah, because some of these things I've been wanting to read for a while. Some of it's just new, and I'm like, oh, I feel like picking that up. And that's okay, because we still are making a good amount of time, or whatever. We're doing a good job. But I will see you guys again later. And hopefully when I get this package in the mail, we can go over that too, because I'm really excited for it. Hey, okay, so I have been reading, but I finally got the package that I wanted to show you guys. So that's books from Crunchyroll. But this is from Deutschland. Okay, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I think I mentioned that I went ahead and ordered something from Manga Guardian. They make like 3D printed, sorry, I know I'm gonna shake the table. 3D printed stuff for like your volumes. Oh man, they've got really cool stuff, and they had a 20% off everything deal going on, because they got 20K or 2K, I don't know, subscribers. Oh my god. So I'm really excited for this. Okay, so I got, I forgot how many I got. I had, okay, it's like this, that's right. Okay, so this is, I'm so excited. So this is one of the stands that you can put manga on. Okay, so also I'm almost done with Monsters in Love. This is so good. So you can basically, like, I've seen their tutorials and stuff, tutorials, about 5 volumes, depending. Now, from the videos, a lot of those volumes were the same size, but just so we can see, there's 4. I haven't decided, no, I have decided. I'm gonna use most of these for my BL shelf, especially because I've got like a lot of Tokyo Pop, like Love, and then the other ones, like the regular logo. And I wanted to combine them since I don't have enough for both of those shells technically to like double stack within their own cover. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit more organized with my bugs now, but this is really exciting. So when you go on the Instagram, like they'll show you, most of the time they're doing like 5 and 5, so it can hold like a total of 10, which is really cool. I got a lot of these because of that deal. So I got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6 of these. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to show you guys. But then I got these as well. So I was really excited about these because, so my friend Hallie, she has a friend, Moni, I don't know if you're watching, but hello, hi Moni. And Hallie and Moni, because Moni would go to some states that had a Daiso, would pick up those cool like acrylic book stands that like make your shelves very dynamic looking. And I really like those, but because you have to have the volumes like kind of pushed forward in a weird way sometimes, so it's like sometimes I have to be a little bit more forward facing, it can make that volume go like this, which is not that big of a deal. But I saw these. I'm obviously still going to keep the originals, but I saw these and I was like, now this is really cool. So this is another piece that would go on your shelf, and it would just, it's going to do the same thing, except I don't necessarily have to have my volumes pushed all the way front to basically hold the flat piece that goes underneath the books. Like that's how it stays upright. So I don't know, I just thought like, oh, this would be really cute. Maybe I'll get some like cute little stickers too. But yeah, so I just thought these were cute. I chose pink just because, y'all know I love pink, even though it's going on a dark brown bookshelf. I don't care. I really don't. But I'm so excited. I can't wait to set my thing up. And honestly, I do kind of feel like I'm not being super productive today. I think, did I say I was earlier? I can't remember. But I don't know. I feel like I haven't been productive. I stayed home and didn't go out earlier because I was waiting for this, thinking I was going to get here earlier. It's okay. Thank you, mail person who delivered it. That's all that matters. But I purposely didn't leave the house just in case they came, because I had to sign for it because it was from Germany. So that's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. There's always tomorrow. Tomorrow we're hanging out with Will and Sabrina. Devin does stream, so I might just like leave him halfway. Not a bad thing. Just like, I don't know, maybe we could drive separately and then I'd go to Second and Charles. Away! But my Crunchyroll order is finally here and I'm very happy about that. Let's finish cutting it. Because I got some volumes that I'd been waiting for that they're not going to show up at any of the bookstores locally to me. It's either going to take them like a long time or they never will. So might as well. Might as well. Now I did order something else, but I don't think it's in this box. But I'm excited. I'm only going to show you guys a few because I'm literally going to end, well, not end, but I'm going to pause this really quick and do my haul. It's been taking me forever. I've been waiting and accumulating, and anytime like I've ordered something, my thing is like, if it's gonna get here soon, I just make the decision to hold off on filming. So I've waited long enough. I have quite a bit to talk about, so there is no need for me to wait anymore. I will show you these though. I'm really excited because I could finally get this. So I got approved for the first volume on NetGalley. So I have read the first one, but obviously you have to have both of these. And that's exactly why something like this will come in handy, to like be able to put this on the shelf and it's not really messing up the flow or anything, because I finally got Veil volumes 1 and 2. So I'm very excited about having these. I believe it's actually more than 2 volumes. So I'm really excited because, like I said, I read this first volume. I thought it was beautiful. It's one that I think my sister would probably like. My sister works in the art field, which is really cool. So I feel like she could appreciate this. I think it's very much her style and she would like the story. But I'm just really excited that I finally have them, because it just felt like, you know, I could not find these for the life of me. I definitely can't find these in any bookstore physically. So these are never there. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just excited. Everything else will be a surprise, but we will be talking about that now, and we'll be then going back to talking about what I've read. Like I said, I'm reading Mobsters and Love, but I also had just finished, I got reincarnated into a BL with big man boobs or something. That was so funny, that first volume. I'm really glad I decided to finally pick that up, because that's one of the funniest things I've read in a minute. And like, it's making me laugh out loud just as much as like Hook, Line, and Sinker did earlier today. Like, that's how good it is. I would definitely recommend that one. It's very, very, very funny. I really love the main male character. I think he's very funny. But I really, really, really like the main, I guess she's not really the main female character because it's a BL game. But I mean, she's obviously integral to the part. The Fujoshi girl, the one that he wishes that he could be with, because now that he's reincarnated and he's better looking, he's sitting here and he's thinking, well, I should definitely be able to get with my dream girl, which is just basically someone with big tits. So it's funny because when he died, he was like, oh, I never got the opportunity to touch any tits. He's always been obsessed with it. So when he gets reincarnated, he gets reincarnated and he looks good. And there are big tits, but it's of the man who is set to be his one and only. And that's funny to me. So I'm excited to read volume 2. I don't know if it ends at volume 2. If it doesn't, I will probably still enjoy the story. So, oh, and I'm also watching The Open House on Netflix. This was interesting. I was like, you know what? Let me try like a different thriller type of movie. And I do think that this is good, although I'm only half paying attention to it. But the suspenseful music, I think, is on point. There's something very sinister going on. And one of my biggest fears, and I almost don't want to say it out loud. I don't know why, but I know why. But I'm so scared of the, like, squatter hiding in your closet, coming out while you sleep, eating your food, watching you sleep type scenario. That is one of my biggest, I don't think that that's irrational fear because, like, I mean, I don't know how often that really happens, but, like, I've seen movies where someone was hiding in the walls. I've seen movies where someone was hiding, in the house. That's scary, and that's kind of what this is giving, but I don't know if it's really an actual person or if it's supernatural, and I do like that. It reminds me of Home Before Dark, which I think I might want to reread that for Halloween because that is one Riley Sager book that I really, really like, and somebody recently, dang, I can't remember her name. I remember following her so long ago because she did mostly, like, horror movie, like more alternative videos, and she still does that, but she really does go deep into like her horror movie collection. The books that she reads are, supernatural thriller horror, and she was talking about how sometimes it seems like the first book you read of Riley Sager is probably going to be your favorite, and I haven't read every single Riley Sager book there is, and I don't know that I ever will, but I feel like Home Before Dark, I would definitely say that it is my favorite Riley Sager book. The other ones I've read have been okay, but to me, nothing compares to that one. So I still have to, you know what, that's what I need to do. I think that's what I'm going to do for October. Someone, agree with me in the comments if you want, please do, because I don't really need anyone to agree with me to do it. But if you want to agree with me, awesome. I'm thinking maybe I should do like all Riley Sager October, because I have read some books and gotten rid of some, but there's some that I still own that I haven't read. So maybe that might be a good little situation. But this is most of what I got. I know you kind of saw those 2 there. Those are light novels. They were on a good little manga bundle deal. And yeah, we will be talking about this, but let me promise you something. This is not all, okay? I have a lot of stuff to talk about that I hauled the end of August, kind of beginning of September. So bear with me, everybody. It's going to be a long one, but I will see you guys soon. I'll see you guys a little bit later tonight. Okay, so I put my first few things there, except that they won't fit here. So my grand plan of using it here, it won't work because these are not like tall enough / these are too tall. It's okay. I'll figure something else out. I will. Everything will be fine. But like what I've been wanting to do is basically combine these 2 shelves. Like I am getting more. I mean, I'm always getting more. That never ends. But I mean, it would help me. It would clear a shelf. You know what I'm saying? And then like everything can shift down. But I guess not. Girl, I need to check. Oh, Lord. I just realized, let me check these fucking fit, girl, because that would fucking kill me. Okay, yeah, they do. Yay! Okay, so what I really want to put there, which I mentioned before, so I want to put Virtual Strangers on these because I want them to be front facing. The first 2 volumes are just too pretty to not do that with. So I'm going to figure something else out. Technically, the way I ended up having to do this, I actually lost like space to have a series. So I'm really going to have to think this one through. I really don't know what I'm going to do. It's very, very tough. Because the thing is that Viz titles are too thick. Just a bit too thick, right? Like it's not going to ruin anything, but trying to stick the 5th volume in here wasn't super easy. So that's not the best option, I guess. I could try here because I think these will be tall enough, but I might run into the same situation. These would probably fit really well until you get thicker, but it's just so tough. And the ones that fit the best were Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie. And I only have 9 volumes of that, so it's not even like I can fit 10 things. I already run out. Like, actually, I think almost, yeah, 5 can fit. And there's only 4, so there's nothing else I could put there because I don't want to. I'm just kind of, everything's going to be okay. Everything will be fine. And that's all that matters. So I'll get back to it and we'll talk in a second. Okay, but these are perfect. All right, so now, so what I had to do before was I had to pull BJ Alex really far up. I know you guys have seen it before, but just so you can see what I'm talking about again, this is what it originally was, which not bad. You need the books to, you know, provide some weight, but obviously these are really deep, you know, shelves basically. Oh, I got y'all tilted to the side. But, you know, obviously I pull these forward and that works, but then like what goes behind it, I don't know. So I think this will be really cute. Also, it matches. I love it. So yeah, where I will put everything else, girl, let's not even worry about that. Let's just figure out everything else. But this is good so far. Forgot what time it is, but it is getting kind of darker outside, so it must be getting late. So we'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I think I need to rearrange a bunch of stuff, which is not what I wanted to have to do. But girl, I spent way too much money on these things. I'm going to make them fucking work, and that's all that fucking matters. So I will see you guys again. Okay, so I brought it over here. It seems to have worked a lot better. I did have to squeeze some of the volumes that were like 5. Oh, girl, my bad. I'm looking at the fucking series and not my fingers. My bad. Okay, so I had to squeeze some of these in. So like to see them from the backside, they're a little bit funky, but it is what it is. So I got all of Fire Force. So that saved me some space. Actually, on this shelf, like I had these boxes that would sometimes be wrapped around a Funko Pop. So I had those under here, and there were 4 all like taped together. And because they didn't like there wasn't enough Fire Force to reach, even though there's 34 fucking volumes, it wasn't enough. So there was like empty space is what I'm trying to say. So this is nice because now I can continue. I can put everything back that was already here, and possibly we'll see if it's opened up any more space for me. So I'm looking forward to that, and we will see. So I just wanted to give a little, so hopefully that has opened up a little bit more space, and you know, I'm basically going to put everything back how it was and go from there. So I think this will be, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, these things are going to get used. There's no way I'm not using them because I spent too much fucking money, but something will work out. Some of these risers might have to go upstairs. I do have another bookcase up there, so we'll see. But so far, this is working out really well. I mean, instead of having 34 volumes across, now they've been condensed to this, and it actually saves space. So I think it'll be good so far. Okay, so almost everything fit back onto the shelf. I'm not the biggest fan of the fact that it's kind of like tall, short, tallish, but what can I do? Almost everything went back, but things got swapped. Okay, so I tried to put these guys, okay, start over. So I want a Gal Gamer Girl to Praise Me, Pink Han Habanero, The Condemned Villainess, and then, well, actually just these. These were not on the shelf. These were actually down here, but because they're smaller and they're ones that I'm not probably going to, I'm not going to reread any of these anytime soon. I do need to read this series, but we'll get to that eventually. I'll put the first volume of Colette Decides to Die here, and everything else that was here, which was Fall in Love, You False Angels, and Now That We Draw is here. So it kind of opened up some space here because something was there. It's just like a fucking jigsaw puzzle, I guess. But I don't know what I'm going to do with this shelf, because the difference here is that I wanted to purposefully have taller volumes in the front. And as you can see, like the way the thing is, it forces, you know, serious to say. So there's no way that I could still have these in the front because it just wouldn't work. So I don't know. We're still going. I guess I could also look into putting some stuff here because it would absolutely fit in the cube. And that could work, because the thing is like, maybe what I'll do is anything I've already read, I will put in the back. That's a good idea. These are so much deeper than this that I think could actually have 3 rows and be fine. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Still working on it. Still listening to the Condemned Villainess. Also, all of this other stuff that I bought. Where am I going to put it? God only knows. But the good thing is, and I hate this fucking chair squeaking. It drives me nuts. The other good thing, though, is that, as I mentioned, there were 3 of those brown boxes. Now, there was 4. I've only taken 1 off of the 4. Now I can use those 3 on the BL shelf. So that may be my saving grace. We'll see. I'm going to do that now. Okay, so a little bit of progress. I just had to shove those back there. I forgot that one of the reasons why I didn't double stack these originally is because the BL Sublime are just short enough to sit on top, but these were really tight, and that's why I didn't do them. But it's okay. I'm still going to keep doing what I'm doing. I think it looks pretty good. I have opened up a little bit more space. I just don't know exactly what I'm going to put there yet. And it's not even really done with what I want to do, because I don't know if I really like the way that looks. We'll see. But yeah. And I think the other thing I will be doing is putting Virtual Strangers up on here, because I just have to. But I just noticed that because of that, I have obviously less room for some of these things because these are pushed forward so much. So I'm going to have to remember that as I keep going. But it is what it is. Oh, well, hold on. Will you? Oh my God. Almost. You almost fit. I wonder if they would fit. Yes. Okay. Oh, I've also been, I'd like people's opinions. I really do like when people have like lights in here, like on their, I mean, because it just feels so much darker over here now. Should I get lights for these? I will say the one thing that fucking annoys the shit out of me is like these work a little bit too well. Especially this one. I don't know if I just need to swap it or whatever, like turn it around. But this one dies so much because even if I'm not right beside it, it lights up, and that can be really frustrating. Okay, I only have the first 2 volumes of that. Okay, good to know. But yeah, I think that makes sense. I'll figure it out. I forgot what I was talking about. But that's not the point. Everything is looking good so far. Oh, do you think I should get lights? Sorry. Do you think I should get lights for these shelves? Because now seeing that, like, okay, now it's really dark in there and you can't really see that. It's tough because they're not really that cute, the lights, but it is what it is. What can I do? But yeah, this is what we got so far. I'm looking forward to it. About to put Virtual Strangers up on here. Just don't know which shelf, and I'll figure it out. All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, so something I mentioned in the reading vlog that will come out before this, I mentioned that I really wanted to maybe do something like, okay, start a chapter from the stuff that like Webtoon sent me. So on booktube, sometimes I understand why I can't remember the name of this. It's like, damn, it was called something. But essentially it's just, you read the first chapter of a book, and if it captures your attention, you kind of go from there and say like, okay, am I going to put this in my TBR and I'm going to read it right now, or am I going to put it off to the side? And sometimes as extreme as unhauling, which is like, ooh, okay, I can't do that. I can't do that because I have to see it through. But something like this, it's a little different. So I wanted to do the same thing with Webtoon because I feel like it gave me some real bangers, okay? And I was thinking maybe I should try every single one of these and see like what I think about them. So obviously I'm keeping up with Tears on a Withered Flower. I don't remember what chapter it's on anymore, but obviously this would not be a part of it. And we already know how I feel about that fucking about this fucking story, because I'm so pissed off all the time having to fucking I don't know what it is, but it just feels like it's just taking forever. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be, I don't know, am I being judgmental? No, I'm just being honest, but it's going very slow. So technically I know I've started Love for a Walk. I really want to finish everything on this app because I do think Love for a Walk is really, really good. But okay, so there's a few other things I technically started a long time ago, but I don't quite remember it. I never finished it. So I got approved for The Mafia Nanny a long time ago on NetGalley. So I read the first volume or chapters, whatever. This actually was really good. So I would start it all over again and I would probably finish it. I'm not sure if it's complete, but it was actually really entertaining. I know I just put the phone closer to my mouth, so I'm sorry. I read a few episodes of Rules for Dating Trash sometime last year, I think. Maybe at the very, very beginning of this year, but I don't know how I stumbled upon this one, but I was interested in it. The art style is kind of like, okay, I feel like I have to get used to it. No, maybe not get used to it. I can't really put it into words, but basically this one was intriguing to me, but I did kind of find the main female character kind of frustrating, but I didn't get into it enough to really be able to like say for sure that I'm not the biggest fan of her. But Selfish Romance I've heard of, Aesop's Romance I've heard of, and I've seen so many like screenshots from this. Like the art looks absolutely stunning. Can't Get Enough of You looks really good, and I feel like I've heard of that before, but this one looks fucking fantastic. The Kiss Bet, never heard of it, but girl, I like the way that looks. I really do. Cry or Better Yet Beg. Cry or Better Yet Beg. That's, I don't know what's going to happen in that one, but that is up my alley. I really feel like I've seen screenshots of this before. I could be wrong, but I feel like I have, and it was really, really pretty. Ex-Love Review, that looks fucking fantastic. I have been recommended this before, maybe Meant to Be. I really do want to read that. A Demon's Wish looks good. The Secretary's Secret, now that looks pretty good. So, Change Your Story, Unordinary, Love Bites, Osora, or Osora? But yeah, so it's later in the day right now. It is, well, it's not, it's nighttime. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I do have to wake up early for a doctor's appointment, and I will be working the rest of the day, but I want to dive into some of these. I mean, at the very least, I should really get back into Love for a Walk because that was so good. It was just escalating in a really good way. Like, it's slow burn, but not so slow that I'm bored. And it's like Tears on a Withered Flower isn't even slow burn in a, because they fuck really quick, okay? Or they don't fuck really quick, but we see sex pretty quickly in this series. Somehow it still feels, I don't know. I'm gonna see it through to the end though. That's just what's gonna happen. I have to know how it ends, but it's a struggle every week. So yeah, I want to get into this. I also got something on Lezen app. I think it's called Bottoms Up. That one is about a guy who, if I remember correctly, he is a top, but because of the way he looks, basically petite, skinny, he looks like a bottom. He basically ends up always being the bottom, and I'm not exactly sure how it works, but he gets access to something that lets him kind of take control of the guys who want to hook up with him, and then he can make them the bottom. And I'm interested in that. So actually I'm going to read that first because I think it's only 12 episodes. It's completed. So I might try that first, and then I'll read some other stuff. I will probably be able to talk again later, but we'll see. But yeah, we've got a lot of good stuff we've got options for. Hey everybody, we're back in the office. It is Thursday the 4th. I was poked. I got my blood taken and I got my flu shot. Oh hell yeah. And I got the prescription for COVID shot because I will be getting that. You can't stop me, RFK Jr. But yeah, I figured let's talk a little bit before I have to go back to work. I took kind of like the first part of the day off and I'm about to leave. So I'm excited because I just got that second part of my Crunchyroll order that I may have mentioned to you guys. No, you haven't seen that video yet. So I got a bunch of manga from Crunchyroll, and I also ordered figures from Crunchyroll, and they came separately. So I feel like they just could have put them in one box, but who am I? I don't pack things like that. But I'm really excited. Okay. Get out of the way. So I'm really excited because I have been wanting these since they were released, but kept putting it off. I don't really know why, but I have, and I finally said, you know what, it's time. Because I don't want them to end up being out of stock and I can't ever get them. So these, I thought it was 2 different boxes. So it's Pop-Up Parade, and it is the Skip and Loafer figures. I'm so excited. These are really cute. Yeah, if you're wondering, do I have any fucking space for them? Well, no, I don't. Short answer is no. But I don't care because I will find space. I will make space. Something will be done, okay? Something will be done. And they will be displayed. But I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I think Pop-Up Parade has done like a really good job of making like affordable figures of anime that might not otherwise have gotten like a figure. You know what I mean? So, oh, you could change the arms. Okay. Let them hold hands maybe. But you know, there's a lot of stuff that I probably won't ever have access to unless like I went to Japan. But something like a Pop-Up Parade, like I have access to it. Which, girl, who knows what's going on if I can even get out there one day. My whole like what I had originally wanted, and so did Devin, was for us to travel there with our friend Hallie, who passed away. And because she'd been there so many times, and she is very type A, so she was the planner. You would not have to worry about anything. She really enjoyed planning trips, and then also like showing you what she like, basically like experiencing it with you for the first time. Like if there's one like really funny and sweet thing there's many funny sweet things I could say about Hallie. When I spoke at her celebration of life memorial that we held, one thing I said in my little speech where I was shaking and crying was Hallie is the kind of person who she basically made the plans to the point where you couldn't say no. Like she would have already bought the tickets for you to accompany her, or she was like right at the website to do that. Like, hey, do you want to go do this with me? When we went to Otakon last year, she was like, hey, do you and Devin want to go to Otakon with me? I'll buy the tickets right now. I said, okay, babe, you know. that's just how she was. Like, when we went to Seattle, like, it was such a fun experience because it was with her, you know? And I think that was the first time she had been to Seattle, if I'm correct. So it was like, yeah, we got to experience a lot of stuff, but at the same time, we got to experience a lot of stuff together, but she was such a planner that, like, there were a lot of things that she had already researched so much about. And let me tell you something, I'm jealous of every single one of y'all who has a kinokuniya in your state. We don't have that here, and we don't have a book off. So remember that. Think of me when you feel like, oh no, at least you have a kinokuniya. At least you have that. But anyway. Oh yeah, whatever. I just be talking and talking. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, like she was the person that was like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to Japan. She's gonna show me all the stuff. We're gonna go to all the places that she likes, and I'm sure she's researched something even cooler. So yeah, I miss her, and that's all I'm going to continue to say, because we know that I will cry. But all of that to say, I'm excited that I have the opportunity to have these, because they are, you know, they're affordable little figures. Are they the best figures that you probably have ever owned in your life? No, but that's not the point. Like, these are some of my favorite characters from a manga and an anime that I really like. So it's really nice that I can basically have something like that. But, all right, so they're, oh wait, no, this is her hand and this is his hand. I forget. But yeah, I'm excited about these. It's gonna be so much fun. That's really cool that they come with additional limbs, so I guess they can hold hands maybe. Let's do that now. I don't know if they are going to end up together in the end. I don't know how many more volumes are left, but like, we're getting close to the end. I assume that it's going to end when they graduate. Oh wait, that's not, she can't hold nobody's hand like that. How the hell is she supposed to hold somebody's hand like that, girl? I just made her hand go up, but that's not, okay. Oh. Not me speaking too soon. She could technically use his hand like that, but I think his arm would be better with this one. Let's see. Let's see. I tell you what, I'm like the least creative when it comes to figures that like let you pose them in a certain way. I'm so bad at it. I'm just like, I'm just going to keep the generic one that you see on the box. But I feel like they have to be holding hands. So, no kiss. Just kidding. So yeah, I got that. But we'll also talk about what I read while I was in the waiting room. Yes, I was reading BL in the waiting room because I don't care. Okay, I really don't. Swallow You Whole is back. I didn't even know. So I got some more options for Thursday, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy to see it. It seems like Wednesday's kind of dead, so I need to figure out a good series to start reading on Wednesdays and get updated for, but maybe I shouldn't do that because my heart is getting broken every time something goes on hiatus. But, so Swallow You Whole came back. I'm still really, like, excited about where the story is going. Is it just me? I feel like I was missing something, so I'm going to reread that from the beginning. But we just got introduced to a new person who basically was like, she is the heir to the family that keeps sending the people to Lord Mugo, right? And I'm a little confused about the dynamic between this family and Lord Mugo. We haven't gotten too much background about him, so that's okay that I don't know everything. But there's somebody else in the family who, I believe he's the attorney. He wants to take over the family. So there's a little background. But then we saw that person, the heir, show up. And obviously he doesn't like her, and she's a girl. And he's like, oh, hey, whatever your name is. It's me, the attorney. And she's like, oh, yeah, the beta. And then he's like, oh, well, she's an omega. And I'm like, wait, is that what's been going on? I didn't even know this was a fucking omega verse, really, like that. So that's on me. But I feel like I missed something because I just thought, I don't know what I thought. I've just been enjoying the ride. So I didn't realize that this was an omega verse situation, but I guess I should have. maybe I should have, but that's on me. I'm learning. My bad. So I will try to reread that because obviously I missed something. Obviously, I was only looking at it in terms of, yeah, there's a supernatural thing. I mean, there's a fucking snake man, god, deity thing, but I didn't know we were alpha, omega, and all this other shit, so surprise to Connie. Then, incomplete combustion. I just fucking said I was going to let this cook a little bit more, and I can't help myself because I just saw somebody posted something on Twitter, so I was like, well, I gotta read the new episode now. And once again, I still feel very lost. Like, I don't understand what is going on anymore. I'm still going to keep reading it because I'm really intrigued, but our two main characters, I don't understand the dynamic between them. And I keep thinking about the first chapter, and that first chapter is really confusing to me because, and maybe I need to reread it, and that's my problem, because that first chapter to me, it didn't seem like a flashback, but maybe it is a flashback, and that's my issue, because it seemed like was it a flashback? Because, you know, we see him get a boner in the gym thinking about this freaky, crazy, nasty, chained up sex he had with the other male lead. And when he finally sees him again, it's like he isn't seeing him for the first time. I'm sorry. The first male lead, the one who, I don't know anybody's name. I'm sorry, I'm gonna put the picture up. The first male lead, I think they both have purple eyes too, so that's the other problem. He's the one who pops the bone in the gym to that guy, the second male lead. When the first male lead sees the second male lead, he recognizes him, unless it's not that he recognizes him, but more so he was infatuated with him immediately. But I didn't get that from the first few opening scenes of Incomplete Combustion. Like, it seemed like they had an encounter in the past. The first male lead, has never been able to stop thinking about it because it was just turned him on so much. It was so fucking horned out that once he sees him again, and the other thing is that, like, him all chained up and shit, that seemed like a little fucking sex dungeon. So it's like, oh, were they at a club? You know what I'm saying? No, apparently not. I don't know. So that made sense. Like, oh, he recognizes him, but he doesn't recognize him. But then we don't really address that ever. But the second male lead doesn't seem like he knows anything about this dude. Like, I don't know. And then there's this other guy, the boss, the older man, who's doing something to the second male lead. He's high on drugs. Why can't he be bitten on the neck? I don't know. So it's like, I want to keep reading because all of those things just keep rattling in my mind. I'm like, I need to know. I want the answers to this stuff. But, I mean, we're probably not going to find out for a while. I don't even know what episode we're on anymore. We're making good progress, but at the same time, and I still can't get over his purple penis. Okay, when I say purple, let me find something. And I'm not exaggerating. Read it. This is what it looks like. The first male lead's penis is like this purple color. You need to get that checked out, okay? Because this is based in the real world. That seems like something's wrong. If your wang is this color, something's not getting circulation or something. I don't know. You know, I don't have a wiener, so I don't know how many variations of colors they come in that are not skin tone color. You know what I'm saying? And obviously I know not everybody is like totally like, some people are looking a little gray in this. Purple is really just setting me off in a way that is just like, like it almost looks like, and I'm gonna get a little graphic, so I apologize. If you're my parent, don't watch this. Please don't watch this. They won't, but you know what I'm saying. I just feel like I have to emphasize parent, please don't. Whether you're my mother-in-law or my parents, please don't watch this part. I will flash my hand. I will put a sign up that says, stop watching parents, please, for the love of God. Promise me you won't. It's almost like he's got a cock ring on 24/7, like, and it never comes off. So it's just engorged constantly. I don't think you're supposed to do that. I don't. And I mean, maybe it's just supposed to be like the emphasis on like, I don't know, that's a raging boner. Again, I don't have those. So like, I don't know, but You know what I'm gonna do? Okay. I'm gonna take a screenshot of the Wang. I'm gonna get real close to it, okay? It's not like you're gonna be able to see Wang entering in anything, but you will see the color. I'm gonna put it here. And I want you to tell me that something's not wrong there, okay? If you are someone who has a wiener, and that's, I mean, why am I so caught up on it? I don't know, but it's just something about that. It is disturbing. The color, something about it is just not sitting right in my soul, and I don't like that. But you can now watch Parents. And then, even crazier, A Crown of Thorns. Girl, I have no idea what is going on anymore. I'm still gonna keep reading it because, like, I want to know. I eventually want to know what happens. But this dad, all I'm saying is, if I were in his circumstances, we're talking in the world he lives in, because it's the kind of Omegaverse I don't like, where like Omegas are second-class citizens and they're treated really poorly and nobody is respectful towards them. Like, I hate those types of Omegaverses because it's just so sad. I was just born like this. What am I to do about it? I can't do anything. So why are you treating me this way? But the son and the coworker who are abusing the dad, I can't remember his name, evil alphas at this point. And, you know, can there be one good alpha, please, that can save this man? But I keep thinking every time, I'm like, every time that something else happens, especially with the son, because this most recent episode was absolutely fucking disgusting. I would not read this if you... I would go so far as to say we could categorize this as, it's not, but like, it makes me feel disgusted, as body horror, because nothing's happening that's like, ooh, mangas or something, parasite running. But it's, I'm gonna piss. Okay, piss and pissing in people, and that is disgusting to me. And I'm not gonna say no judgment, because I don't think that that's sanitary. I don't think you're allowed to do that. So that is one thing I will be judging. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, what the fuck? At this point, if I'm the dad, experiencing everything I'm experiencing, in the world I'm in, I'm either running away, which would obviously be the first thing I did, / I'm out. I'm not going to keep being tortured like this. The son tries to kill him a few times, but then he's like, I'm not going to kill you yet because you would go to heaven and I would go to hell, and like, I want us to be together for all eternity. Or become a better person / it's never going to happen. We're not going to be together. Then he's like, let's get married. Then he's trying to drown him. Like, I just feel for this man. And it's like, I want to see the moment where he breaks away. Like, I want him to get away from both of them, especially the son. I'm also super intrigued. Why is the son like this? What happened with his biological father? Definitely is his biological father, because they look almost exactly alike. But what is this obsession with his stepdad? Why does he feel this way? Why does he feel like he can do this? And I really think that the last thing I talked about in my last video was that the biological father knew, and well, he's dead now, but knows, let's say he was alive, that something was really wrong with his son. Because I keep flashing back to that image from like 2 episodes ago, maybe 3, where is his name Sungwoo? I think that's his son's name, is a little kid, and he's seemingly locked inside a bedroom that is kind of filthy. And there's a list on the floor that says, you know, ways to not make dad mad or whatever. So it's either the dad was always a piece of shit and he kind of created this monster, or his son has always been a fucking weirdo, and he knew that his little gremlin child has been that way since a kid. So he's like, but how did he die? Was it an accident? Did the son orchestrate that? And I just really want the dad to get away. Like, sir, please, just go away for your own safety. Like, that's the other thing. It's like, for your own safety, you need to go. He's scaring me. But that's all I read, right? I think so. I don't think I read any more Absolute Threshold last night. Did I? Did I read anything last night? I don't think I did. Did I? I would have read it on my phone. So what would I have read? What would I have read? I don't know. I'm sorry. Other than that, I have to go to work now, but I will be back. Before I go, though, I'm going to check and see if they have the 2 volumes I want from Books A Million, because I don't feel like going up in there and then we having a chat and then I leave with nothing. We shall see. But I'll see you guys a little bit later today. And, you know, applause for me for getting my blood taken. It went really well. Yep. I'm a big girl. But I'll see you guys later. All right. Hello, everybody. Okay. So I've been crying. Oh my God. All right. So I went to Books A Million yesterday after work, and I was still looking for Choking on Love 3, but it's not there. I have to go to Barnes & Noble. But the second volume for Senpai is in otokonoko. I don't know why I always get that. Like, it's like a tongue twister to me. The second volume was there. I really, really, really liked the first volume, and I knew that if I saw the second one, I would want to keep going. And I didn't even see on the first volume that it's a webtoon, so last night I was like, okay, I'm gonna read it. And I just got to, I think, episode like 30 something. Oh my God. I'm so sad. So, all right, get it together. So, it's like a lot, like things have been happening in this and I'm like, that pisses me off. But what's happening right now is making me so sad. But I will say this, I really like the second volume a lot. It's really good. I think, I really like this story so far, but I'm so stuck on the thing that's making me sad. Okay, talk about the thing that made you angry, because then it'll make me stop crying. So the second volume was all about like, okay, it's Makoto, Ryuji, and Saki. Okay, so this is Saki. Saki is the girl from volume 1 who confesses her feelings to Makoto, the boy that cross-dresses in class. And Makoto is used to people confessing their feelings for him. But when he is like, look, I'm not a girl, I'm a guy, they're usually like, oh, okay. But Saki's different. Saki's like, oh, so there's just there's 2 versions for you to me to love. You know what I mean? And she confesses her feelings to him, and then she's pursuing him. But she's not pursuing him in a way that I think makes him uncomfortable. I think he is kind of like in this weird stage of his life where, you know, Makoto, where he has this opportunity to do the thing that he enjoys and like the things that he likes openly at school. But when he gets home, or right before he gets home, he has to shed all of these things that make him him, so that when he goes home, his mom doesn't have a fucking fit. And that's what made me mad, this one, okay? That's what pissed me the fuck off, is Makoto's mother, okay? I remember talking about the first volume and thinking, okay, maybe she means well and she just doesn't, like, understand. Maybe she's just acting like how some people act, and they're just like, oh, I mean, yeah, boys like this and girls like this. Okay, girl, calm down. Okay, gender's a social construct. Calm down. But no, she isn't like that. She's not a well-meaning person. She's a bitch, and I hate his fucking mom. I really, really do. Fuck his mother. His mom's a bitch. Period. Okay, I'm not going to change my opinion on that. His mom is awful. Thank God Makoto has his dad. Okay, his dad is the reason why he's in a high school that is working with him and allows him to, like, dress the way that he wants and have a locker separate from everyone, and he can keep all of his stuff safe there. And his dad always encourages him, and his dad is like, look, you know what? Be who you are. I'll take care of your mom. If after you graduate, you know, it basically, he has asked him in a very gentle way all this time, like, Makoto, do you want to be a girl or do you want to be a boy? And Makoto's like, I don't really know. And I can really, really appreciate how his dad is so gentle and patient with his son. And he is not sitting here jumping to this extreme emotion like the mother is. And you can tell, here's my thing, you can tell who really wanted to be a parent, okay, and loves children unconditionally versus the person who's like, I guess I have a kid. Like, bitch, fuck you. I hate the mom because she has a fucking mental breakdown. A mental breakdown when you see a cute handkerchief under his mattress. Oh my God. The bitch has a fucking mental breakdown, hides in the dark house, waits for Mokoto until he comes home while she sits there creepily crying and whining at the kitchen table in the dark with the fucking handkerchief sitting in front of her. Like, bitch. And then, of course, that reaction causes Mokoto to have an anxiety attack, basically. And all these plans he was making to... There's another event where he gets to be himself, and now he has to throw everything away. He destroys almost everything he bought, a new dress, new shoes, all the little trinkets that he has been given and found along the way because of the mom. I hate her. I hate her. And how many times do I say it? Sometimes parents are their kids' first bullies, girl, and that is what kills me and what really pissed me off last night. Oh, God. I'll work myself up. But see, the tears are gone. Sometimes you got to make yourself angry before you can get past the pain. Okay. Or so you can get past the pain. So there's that story. But Ryuji, who is Mokoto's best friend and has been his friend like the longest, the person who's known him the longest because they were in a completely different school system together before, he finally has confessed his feelings to Mokoto after tons of like anxiety and, fear and like, oh my God, I don't know if this is really real. Okay, I'm happy for you. I am. And I do feel like his feelings are very like honest, and I can appreciate that. But my thing is like, well, no. So basically we get the background on Ryuji, and it seems as though Ryuji's actually liked Mokoto for quite some time. Not just as he was dressed up as a girl. And that was what we were kind of not led to believe. That's not the right phrase, but that's the mentality we kind of have of Ryuji in the first volume, where he just keeps insisting like, no, Mokoto's really a guy. It doesn't matter how cute he is as a girl. Like, he is my guy best friend. But Saki is the one who, because she's so open and honest about her feelings, she also starts to notice what's going on with Ryuji. He confesses to her, and she decides, you know what, I'm going to stop trying to pursue Mokoto. This is where it gets so sad. I'm gonna cry again, I'm sorry. So, girl. All right, so we learned more about her, and that is like the saddest part, okay? I'm sad about Mokoto, but like I'm mostly like raging out on his behalf. Saki, she's a different story, okay? Like, I love her. I want to just protect her so much. She's so sweet. So anyway, Saki is an only child. We don't know what happened to her mom. It seems like her mom just kind of like dipped. And why would you do that? So she lives with her grandma, and she was living with her grandpa, but her grandpa passed away. Her dad is like rarely ever home because he is a marine biologist. And basically at a young age, Saki was like, I'm just going to like what anybody else I think it was like her choice to like what everybody else liked. She still has, like, she's still her own person, but I can really appreciate the fact that she is open to experiencing new things, being friends with everyone. She doesn't want to ostracize people. We see like a flashback of her and another friend who was trying to convince Saki to not be friends with another girl, but Saki was like, well, I can't do that. Like, I like you both. Like, why would I choose, And that is like very sweet. And then we find out even further why she kind of feels this way, because she's like so lonely. Her dad's not there. Her grandpa passes away. Her grandma. It just kills me. So like, Saki really desperately wants like someone special to her, because she sees these people in her life, these adults who have something that means something to them, right? So, that's just too much. So
when it's, in my opinion, I do feel like she has feelings for Makoto, but I also feel like it's so complicated with everything else going on in her personal life that she doesn't share, right? So, ooh, okay. But, I can't deny that, like, I really, really wish that her and Makoto could be together. I really do. I really, really, really do. But it's okay, I think. I'm still, like, so, like, early on. This is, like, 100 episodes, I think, and I'm only on episode, like, 37. I'm close to 40, so, like, I still have quite a bit of ways to go, but oh my god, this one just, like, really, really fucking wrecked my life, dude. and then I knew what was gonna happen, and then the grandma, she falls. Saki, she has to figure everything out by herself. She's trying to reach her dad. Her dad is at the first point is not answering the phone, and it was just like, I just can't imagine being a little kid in that situation. Like, you already have all of these complicated emotions and all these things, like, hovering over you, and you're just trying to put a smile on your face, and then you can't even reach your dad, and it feels like you've never been able to reach your dad. Ooh, girl, personal feelings coming out. Okay. I know I'm crying. Ooh, okay. It got a little too close to home. Okay, that's what's really going on. Okay. Okay, girl. You got me. Ooh. Palm, you got me, girl. Or man, I don't know who you are, but alright, you unlocked something in me. Okay. Yeah, this was gonna be 5 stars. I could already tell you done unlocked some childhood trauma in my life. Ooh. Alrighty. I gotta get back into reading this because I need to get past all of this, because the thing that as I'm talking about this, it's just the same scenes playing over my head, and that's what's making me, like, just I just feel like, oh, okay, I get a little bit better and then I cry. I get a little bit better and then I cry, as I just keep thinking about her looking down at her phone or trying to check her email, and her dad hasn't answered. He hasn't responded back to her. Now, he does respond back to her and he's on his way, but she's at the hospital with her grandma, and she fell and she scraped her knee, and it was like, I think, like, this relief washed over her of, like, oh my god, like, finally I reached out to him. Also, this is not blood. I still have, like, my red eyeliner on, so sorry if that was a little shocking to anyone. But yeah, like, it's a sense of relief that her dad's coming. He's answered her. He has a sense of urgency. He wants to be there for her. So, at least somebody's parent is trying. But anyway, I'm gonna keep reading. Even though I feel like I'm gonna cry again, it's gonna be okay. Whew, I do have to work. I do have to go to work. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, I had a feeling when I read the first volume that I was really gonna like this series. Whew. But yeah, and I'm so glad it's on Webtoon, because I need to know what's going on, and this is just so good. But anyway, enough rambling. I'll talk to you guys again in a second. Okay, so I just made it to episode 50. Oh my god. Oh, wow. So I have to stop reading this right now because I have to go to work. And I can't read this while I'm out at work because I just feel like I'm just not going to stop crying. Oh my god. This is just, like, so sad. It's just like, I'm sure we're going to go back around. And, I mean, we're following all 3 of these kids, who I just am so devastated for. But honestly, like, I knew that one of my favorite characters in this story was gonna be Saki. Like, I just knew that. I knew that Saki was my favorite. I loved her. Like, the first moment I saw her, she's so funny. But, like, to know so much more about her, it's like, my heart is literally breaking for her. She saw her mom in passing. Then she tries to chase after her. Her dad left early. He canceled plans with her. Her grandma's still in the hospital. And then she saw her mom. And then we just saw that her mom recognized her. I'm just like, I really, really hope in the end her mom comes back to her and doesn't stay, like, away because she, like, literally needs her so bad because she's so lonely. It's just too much. It's just too much. Oh my god. Oh my god, 9 o'clock in the morning. Crying. Oh my god. This is good. But emotionally, I am drained. I feel like my day's ruined. Now that I've cried so much, I'm gonna get a headache. It always happens. Oh my god. The only thing that's gonna make me feel better is if I go to the bookstore. And I will be. That's gonna be my first stop. I'm not even gonna go to work first. I'm gonna go to the bookstore first and make myself feel better. Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah, so I'm like at the halfway mark now. Oh god. Okay. I'm at the halfway mark now. And I'm devastated. It's Christmas Eve, mind you. Okay, and all this is happening to Saki. Why? But Makoto is supposed to spend Christmas Eve with Ryuji. Okay, slow down. Okay. All right. So what has happened so far? And I'm sorry, I'm telling you everything, but I just have to get my emotions out. So things seem to be going okay on a surface level for Saki. Her dad is back. They're spending time together, but even the time that he's with her, like, you see, like, the cracks start to form. You know what I mean? He's late coming home one night, but she cooked all this food for him. He can't really explain why he likes whales. He just does, and he's just, like, a fanatic about it. And then finally, like, he makes these plans. He gets tickets for her for the planetarium for Christmas Eve, and then he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, if I don't go back to work, like, I'm gonna miss this whale for 10 more years. Maybe I just have no patience because I'm not really super, okay, I was about to say I'm not super passionate about anything, but obviously I'm very passionate about reading. But, like, it would not come at the expense of my relationship with Devin. You know what I mean? Like, I would never, now, granted, if I'm really into something, Devin knows to give me a moment. Okay, I'm gonna need time to read what I want to read, but I'm never going to abandon him and leave him and cancel plans to do just, like, a thing that I love him more than I love this thing that I do that brings me joy, right? They both bring me joy in different ways, but if I had to put them, like, on a bracket or whatever, Devin is obviously at the top and he's always winning. Same thing with my sister. Like, reading reading seems like, no, actually, reading is actually really important, so I'm not even going to try it. No, yeah, reading is important, but, like, it would never come before my sister. It would never come before my mom, you know what I mean? So, whew. Okay, whew. So, because she never, wants to, like, the saddest part is, like, I don't even know if she would have said to her dad, please don't go, if he wouldn't have stayed. You know what I mean? And that is so sad. And then he leaves and he's just so happy because, oh, it's just so great, my daughter understands me, but she doesn't. She needs you. Like, she's so sad and lonely. He never noticed that she had scraped her knee. She's been wearing a bandage the whole time. Like, he literally just doesn't care. Get me to therapy. Jesus. Oh my God. It's killing me. So she goes to the planetarium alone, seeing all these families. Father's there. Fuck. And then she leaves and she leaves, and that's when she really feels the most alone. On Christmas Eve, it's so busy outside. I've never seen a Christmas Eve look like that where I live, first of all. And I used to work at Best Buy, so it wasn't full of joyous young people and their families, okay? It was just adults getting really pissed off that they couldn't, they want to try to use a Chromebook as a goddamn gaming computer for their 16-year-old. Times were crazy back then. 2008, y'all. When I was a young whippersnapper. But that's when she feels the most lonely. And then she thinks that she sees her mom, and she chases after her. It's like the scene where she's chasing after the clothes that Mokoto threw away, but like so much more like desperation and pain to go see her mom, just for us to find out later that her mom knew it was her. She didn't stop. But I don't think that she knew that her daughter was chasing her at that point, but she didn't stop. It's just too much. So she's chasing after her mom. She knows she's not going to catch up to her. And she stops, and she doesn't realize where she is, but she's basically, like, taking the same route that Mokoto is taking to Ryuji's house. Mokoto runs into her. He sees that she's fucked up. He's the first person who's noticed that she's been hurt. And she finally just breaks down, and he hugs her, and she's just like, I'm just so alone. I'm so lonely. And he's like, well, you have me. And unfortunately, Ryuji just saw that. But Ryuji knows that, like, Mokoto doesn't like him in a romantic way. Dear God. Dear God. This is why I'm like, I don't want Makoto and Saki to be together just, just, out of pity. Like, I really, based off how I'm reading it, it seems like they genuinely like each other. And I really do think that Saki likes Makoto, but, I don't know. But I'm just emotionally drained. My eyes hurt. So I have to stop. Whew, Lord. This is good. And unfortunately, I probably will still read it while I'm at work because I can't help myself. Once I just get interested in something, I can't stop. And it's completed, so I think it's completed. I think it's completed. Is the 100th episode the end? I don't remember what it said on Webtoon, but either way, we're halfway through. Yeah. We're halfway there. And I feel sick. But yeah, I have to turn my phone off at this point because I'm reading it on my phone, and I feel like if I don't, I'm going to keep reading. So it's time to go to work. I will be going to Second Charles on my way because I need to feel something. And then after that, I'm going to Barnes & Noble so I can get Choking on Love. And then I'm going to read that, and maybe that's going to bring my spirits back up. But thank you for sitting with me while I cried. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'll see you again.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so I've got a lot of cool things to talk about. So first I'm going to say I finished all of Senpai is in Otokonoko? Konoko? I already forgot how to say that word. Oh my God. What a fantastic read. What a fantastic read. I would definitely say that was 5 stars. I enjoyed that so much. It was so good. I would recommend it. It was wholesome in the best way. It was a gut punch in the best way. There's just so many good things about that story. Oh my God. But it's so basically this whole story is about all 3 of them in a way. But of course, when you read the first volume, it seems like it's only going to be about Mokoto, the main young boy who cross dresses. And even though slowly we're starting to see what's going on with the other ones, it did still feel for a while like it's really just always going to come back to Mokoto. But honestly, to me, it ended really being about Saki. It's about all of them, but I think because she resonated with me so much, to me, it's like she became the main character. It was so good. Oh my God. I cried some more in my car. And didn't I say I wasn't going to, wasn't going to read it? Girl, I brought this whole thing of stuff with me just so I wouldn't read it, just for me to read it. And I know that about myself, so I don't know why I keep doing that, but it was so good. Some of the things that stood out to me, as we all came to the conclusion, y'all really came to the conclusion when I did, because I'm gonna let you know, it really touched on a personal pain within me. But there's this moment where she finally gets to confront the things that are going on in her life, where she finally feels like, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to be scared about losing something or someone just because I'm honest. And I will say that her finally getting to confront her mom, who, when we find out why her mom kind of disappeared it's not that she even disappeared. She kept trying, but I knew that it was going to have to do with the grandma. So, spoiler time. So the grandma basically has really resented the Saki's mom because she seemed like she just wasn't getting the hang of being a mom. You know, it seems like I just felt like the grandma, she really meant well because she genuinely loves her granddaughter. But it seems like she had more animosity towards the mom when the mom was the one who kept coming back and trying to build a relationship with Saki, more so than the dad. Obviously, the dad is the grandma's son. That's complicated, right? I don't have kids. So, you know, I don't know how I would feel if my kid acted like that towards my grandchild, and how I would feel about my kid and their partner. So I want to give the grandma grace, but because she was mostly thinking about herself, and because no one really stopped to talk to Saki, this girl, it just is being weighed down by the weight and the pressure and the sadness and the loneliness. Her grandma is getting older. For her to try to forbid her granddaughter from seeing the mom, like, what are you thinking? Because do you really think it would be better for Saki to be with her dad? I don't think so. Her dad does love her and he really does care about her. But as soon as she comes to visit him for spring break, he dashes off. Multiple times, he does not spend quality time with his daughter until she almost dies. And then it's time. And it can't be that way. You don't get, there's a stark difference in my opinion between how her mother is trying to be in her life versus the dad. The dad's priority is still his research and his love of whales, but the mom's priority is her daughter. And she wants that so badly, but she has been thwarted many a time from the grandma. Even when she finally gets the opportunity to talk to her daughter, and Saki explains to the grandma, like, oh yeah, I saw mom. Her grandma's like, I don't want you to, you're not going to see her. You need to come home and you're not going to see her. Terrible, terrible advice. But one thing I admire about the character of Saki is that she finally, and I don't remember if she really got to tell her dad. I don't want to tell her dad off, but I think that it was easier for her to kind of have this honest conversation with her mom versus the dad, because I think I'm wondering if she could tell that her mom genuinely wanted to be in her life and she just needed to understand. But that's like something that kids really don't always get the opportunity to do. Girl, I'm gonna cry. When I think about my own experience, do I have a good relationship with, in this very similar note, my father? I do now, but it wasn't like that when I was younger. And it is so hard. Like, I never got the opportunity to really express the feelings that I felt when I was a kid. And how do you do that as an adult now? Especially when your relationship seems to be good. You know what I mean? And I don't want to say seems to be good. It is good. But like, eventually you as the kid, or whatever you are in that situation, you have to move on. You have to get over it, just so you can either have that relationship or stop being sad. That is so, it's just so fucked up. And maybe this is why, no, it's not even maybe. I know, like, this is why I have such a, I feel like, I don't think that it's unfair for people who obviously were children at one point to be a little hard on people who choose to have children. This is not like a judgment. It's just like, as somebody who dealt with that, yes, I have always had a good relationship with my mom. I really have a great relationship with my stepdad, but I didn't always have that good relationship with my dad. Like, I feel like, yeah, I feel like when you make this choice to have a child, you owe it to that kid to be there for them. And you don't get to, I don't feel like you get to put yourself before your kid. Like, at some point, you have to have an identity outside of being a parent. I think that's perfectly fine. You need to, because you are still your own person. But when you make the choice to have children, you have to prioritize them and their feelings. And if it's ugly, and if it hurts, and if you feel like, oh my God, like no, you don't get to sit there and say, I guess I was so bad, wasn't I? Are you trying to make, you don't get to make your kid feel, I'm not saying that happened to me, but like, the mom kind of does that to Saki. obviously the circumstances are a little bit different, but you know, it's so annoying when you hear that. You know, if you're a young kid and you don't feel comfortable expressing yourself to your parent because did anybody care about how I felt before this? Because like, that's how Saki feels. Like, does it even matter if I say what I think, you know, if I say what I feel? Because if I do, what if it's permanently that person's not in my life? She's already felt and kind of been abandoned by her dad. She's been abandoned by her mom. The only person who's consistently been there for her is her grandma. And that puts her in such a fucked up situation. So in the end, I just really, really love that story. It is 5, 10, 15, 20 stars for me. It is so good that it's going to sit with me forever. And I will be buying everything physically. I don't care that I read it online. I'm going to be buying it physically because I want to revisit that physically many times. But I am emotionally drained. I cried so much today. I feel weighted down by my feelings. And in the end, like the way it ended, I thought it was such a good ending. I noticed that some people felt like they didn't quite like it because when Makoto finally gets realizes what his feelings are and he expresses them and then things don't happen, and then Saki finally, like, I think trusts herself. I think that was her biggest thing. Her biggest enemy was herself because she just couldn't trust herself. Like, if I love my dad and I love my mom and these two people have abandoned me, what will happen if I love this other person who's not even related to me? Now, you might think, well, what about your grandma? But like, that's different. Like, you don't see it until you see it. You know what I mean? So when they finally confess to each other, and yeah, we don't see them kiss. I don't know that I wanted to see them kiss. They acknowledge their feelings for each other, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be together for the rest of their lives. But they're still together, and that's what's important. And I just thought that that was lovely. I would absolutely love to find out. I would love there to be more chapters, side stories, whatever, to see them in college, to see them as adults, navigating life. I want to see how much better Makoto's relationship with his mom gets. She still pissed me off, but she's okay. I still don't agree. Oh wait, did we even talk about that? No. We find out that the reason why she has this like very dramatic reaction, in my opinion, every single time she thinks her son is being a little too girly, she almost vomits. She has a panic attack. And then we find out that it's because wait, did we talk about it? Girl, I already forgot. We find out that the reason why she has this strong reaction is because her father cross-dressed, and he still does to this day. And when, you know, she's a young girl, she's just enjoying her life. It seems as though she's the only child and she's just kind of living, you know, she's a teenager. And when she tosses something away, she tosses this particular nail polish. And one night she's out with her friends and they see kind of vaguely some men in an alley who are dressed like women. And she and her friends are just so disgusted. Like, can you believe that? Ew, why would men be... I just don't even understand why I don't know. I can't relate to that because that's never what my experience was as a teenager or a preteen or a little kid. Like, I never felt that way. And I had been exposed to people. Now, did I know exactly like what that would have been called, you know? No, but I had a coworker whose father did come in, and I don't know how he identified or how they identified, but he addressed him as his father. And the way people reacted when they saw him, I was just like, I don't understand what the big deal is. Like, who cares? Like, it's his life. I don't give a fuck. Obviously, not everybody's the same. But, you know, her first reaction is to be disgusted. And then she notices that this one particular man has the nail polish on that she just threw away. I'm not sure how anybody would put two and two together. Because it's not like if I saw somebody with fucking Essie black nail polish, oh my God, that's the one I threw out. I would never think that, but who am I? But then she wore her hair a certain way. And she notices that same person, because everyone, she's still hanging around that damn alley. She notices that they did their hair the same way. And then she confronts the person who ends up being her dad. And she's like, why would you do that? He turns around and he shows himself to her, you know, really allowing himself to be so honest. You know what I mean? And she's like, why would you do this? Why did you take these things from me? My nail polish or whatever. And he says, because I was jealous of you. And in that moment, if you're a teenager, I can understand why your first reaction was like, what? I don't think that that's what he meant. I think what he meant was, I am not allowed in the society that we live in, whatever year this was, I'm not allowed to express myself openly in the most feminine way that I feel inside. And seeing my own daughter be able to do that, like I envy that. And I think that that's probably what he was trying to say, but how do you say that? So they don't have a relationship anymore. And now she has this like absolutely disgusted reaction anytime she, I mean, I can't relate to her. So I don't, I just don't get that. So it's really hard for me to like have any kind of like understanding of her, but she comes around eventually, thankfully, and she stops acting like a fucking bitch. So that's good. But yeah, I want to see like what happened with that. Oh my God. And then Makoto's dad, I mean, he's just such a good person. Makoto gets to meet his grandpa. His grandpa is still making beautiful dresses, and he gifts one to Makoto. And it seems like he might end up being a designer. I would love to see if that's what he eventually does. It was just so good. And I get chills just thinking about, because like these characters, girl, I feel for the young people. I feel for young kids, man. I just like, I know I was a young kid before, but me in 2005, in 2008 graduating high school is completely different than somebody graduating high school in 2025. You know what I mean? And I just feel so bad for young people and the lives that, like, you know, girl, okay, shut the fuck up. Stop talking. I'm gonna keep crying. See, this is what happens to me. The more I think, it will start to travel into other avenues, and then it'll make me that much more sad. So I need to stop. Yeah. So didn't I say I would be going to the bookstore? I did. I went to Barnes & Noble first. I actually had said I was only going to get 2 things. This is a hefty bag. Then I went to Second & Charles. This is even heavier, okay? Barely lift it up with one arm. I don't know that I'm going to go through every single thing I bought, but I want to go through some things. So this will be last, because I did do another order to Cat Nerd Creations. I can't help it. They had Apothecary Diary stuff, and that, you know, I can't pass up. But I got 2 mystery boxes that were on sale at Second & Charles. They are Sanrio characters, Uptown Day. I like Pom Pom Purin. Honestly, I like all, the only ones I don't really care for are Little Twin Stars, but like I don't mind them. The only one that I really, really, really want is Karopi, because Karopi was my introduction to Sanrio when I was a kid, before I actually knew what Sanrio was, because I didn't. But yes, so I have a feeling, I was trying to feel them there. Oh, damn, now I can't tell. Now one feels a little bit heavier than the other, but at this point I don't really care what I get. But I thought when I was feeling one of these, I was like, I think it's cinnamon roll. I think this one's cinnamon roll, because the ears are so long. So first we'll do this one. It's okay. I'll accept him. What does he even do? What does he even do? That's okay. That's okay. Please don't be the other one. Please be, and please be something different. Don't hurt me like this. Please, God. Please don't be another one. Okay. Okay. That's fine. What is he again? I can't remember. Bad. Isn't he a penguin? Bad Bats Maru. Oh, Bats Maru. That's right. Wait, what is he? I actually don't know what he is, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna yell. I'm not gonna yell and scream. But you know what? The good thing is we got another 2. We got another 2. Can't pass those up. Okay, so they both have what, little briefcases? I don't know what the hell they have, but I don't know what these little things are supposed to be. Is this supposed to be a briefcase? Oh, it's a book. Okay, he's holding a book, and he's holding a briefcase. You know. Oh, and he has glasses. I didn't even notice that. And he has a little. Aww. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. They were discounted, so you know what? It really is okay. But, you know, it just pisses me off when I get something I didn't really want. Like, you know, when you just get something that you kind of want, it's like, okay, I'm good with that. But when you get not a damn thing, or you get the same thing, oh my God. And you know what? They had those Namis. They had the Namis at Second and Charles. I had to stop myself. $2 more expensive there. What the hell is going on? Don't y'all work for the same company? You and you Books A Million and damn Second and Charles, y'all are owned by the same thing. So why are things being marked up? Second and Charles. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Eee, look at him, he's so cute. He's got his little glasses and briefcase. And then you know what? You're cool because you have a book, and you know what? It's fine. Would have been cool if I got the girl with the pink hair though, because cliche. Yeah, you know what? You can stay because you got a book. We'll do him later. That may be a few minutes worth of work. Okay, so Cat Nerd Creation. This is a big deal to me. Okay, so y'all know I just recently got a acrylic stand from Munette of boat. Oh my God, I'm so happy, God. This is basically like the tiny version of what I literally just bought from Munette, except from a different company, obviously. Oh my God. Except he spins, which makes sense because he danced in this, but oh my God, let me take the plastic off first. So, oh my God. I'm telling you, I love the Apothecary Diaries, so I'm going to try as hard as I can to get everything that I could possibly get because I love the Apothecary Diaries so much. So as soon as I saw this and the other thing I bought, I was like, I have to buy that because it doesn't make any sense otherwise. You know, it really, really, really doesn't. I hope one day I can go to a convention where Cat Nerd Creations is at. And honestly, I think that might be what I do next year. I want to try to make a real effort to not stalk, but you know, any of the artists that I really like that I buy from, I want to try to get them at a convention. And I definitely want to see Cat Nerd Creation because I'm going to be like, girl, bring back the BJ Alex stuff. Okay. Oh, look at Jinchi. So this one is so cool because it moves. Oh, girl, I didn't put it in far enough, I don't think. Okay. So the Jinchi is very, very cute. The Mau Mau is stationary, but I'm okay with that. Isn't she fucking adorable? Oh God, I can't get enough. I just feel like the quality of Cat Nerd Creations is so good. One side is glittery, one side is plain. Both sides of this are plain, so no glitter. But yeah, it's him. Ah, that's so cool. Y'all know I had to get this. There was literally no way I couldn't because y'all saw how I behaved. And I barely did. I barely kept it together. When I saw this scene, anything, if this gets to be like an actual figure, I will buy it. This is how fucking intense I am. Okay, one side is glittery. I wonder if it matters what side it's on. So, girl, I know I'm running out of space. I am. I have no idea where I'm going to put this. I really don't. You know what? I really don't give a damn. Just like I said to the lady at Barnes & Noble, I said, you know what? Yeah, I only came in here for 2 things, but I left with, I don't even know how much shit I bought. You have to, living is the longest thing I hope to do in my life. You know, I do want to live a long life, but at the same time, it's my life. I better live it the way I want. I'm going to treat myself. I said that girl, I was like, girl, we just got to treat ourselves every now and then. Now, is every now and then actually what happens with me? No. I'm treating myself constantly all the time. But I don't care because I don't have no damn kids. I would treat them really well though, but I don't have kids, so I can spend on myself. Ah, the frog scene! The cave frog scene. People, this is not a drill. Do you see this? Do you see the levels of craftsmanship we're working with? Do you get it? I don't think you do. I don't think you understand what I have in my home. I don't think you do. I really don't. But now you see it. Seeing is believing, y'all. Okay. Now I also got more lingerie boys. Now I can't remember what this guy's from. I'm gonna go back on the website and check it out, and hopefully I can put the name of it for you guys. It doesn't have the name of like what it came from, but I'm gonna take a screenshot and just post it, and then you guys can see. But I don't care. I'm gonna get every single one of these fuckers. And that's the other reason why I really want to see her in person, or, you know, see them in person, because I want to buy the Gojo one. But hello? Yeah. Yeah. And this one is from, I don't remember his name, but he's from, I always get this wrong. I don't know how to pronounce it, but Yachirin Bitch Club. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. But yeah. There's only one other one I don't have that's available to buy. I can't remember what he's from, but I think he goes with one of the guys here. Stop. Stop it. Don't even play with me. Okay, get the hell off me now. I hate things sticking to me. Ugh, disgusting. Look at you. Got my men in lingerie. Life is good. Oh my God. Such great stuff. Basically everything I got from Second and Charles is used. So that was really exciting, but I will save that for later for a haul video, because you know I might have to do one since I already bought so much shit. But yeah, we'll go over this and then I'll tell you the other things I read today, which were on Lezen when I had to take a break. Oh God, I forgot I bought that. Jesus Christ. I'm sick of myself. How much did I buy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Didn't I say? I'm so done. I'm so tired of me. Came in there for 2 things. Okay. But I'm not happy with everything I got. The first thing I actually wanted was volume 3 of I Got Married to the Girl I Hate Most in Class. I can't find this at my Books A Million. It's not there. So I was like, you know, I have to get it. I am really, really enjoying this so much. It's just so cute. So I had to get this one. This, didn't know it had come out, so I'm really happy. This cover is everything, and that is Roar Volume 2, Star in the Abyss. I had mentioned when I started reading this that I really liked it and that I want to keep going. I definitely want to watch the live action for sure, but I mean, you can't... She's just simply too cool, okay? Don't even mess with her. She's amazing. She's so cool looking. Then we got My Oh My Atami-kun Volume 1. I don't remember hearing anybody talking about this, but it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. I just know that this, I think, came in an earlier box for Hantama that I didn't get. And I remember seeing this on the add-ons and I was like, ooh, this actually looks pretty interesting. But I didn't get it, but I got it today because I can. I also got, pretty much because I just started reading Senpai is a blah blah blah. I got I Want to Be Your Girl. This is, I will read the back for you. Who can love you the way I do? Oh, and it continues. Is there a second volume? Okay. Hime has secretly been in love with her childhood best friend Akira for as long as she can remember. She was the first person who knew that Akira identified as a girl, and she made it her mission to be Akira's protector against the world. Does it sound like somebody we know? Kind of. Kind of the same. Kind of a similar situation, but not quite. So of course, Hime is glad that Akira has decided to openly live as a girl now that the pair are starting high school, and she'll do whatever it takes to support Akira. But what if there's something wrong with Hime's love? What do Hime's feelings say about her, and do they jeopardize the friendship she cherishes? This just looks like it's gonna be so good. I think this is gonna be really good. I can't wait to read this. even though emotionally I am a wreck from the other thing I read. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta put yourself in those situations. I'm pretty sure that the third volume of this got recommended to me on Amazon, and I put them all on my wish list so I could hopefully get them at my local Books A Million. The only one that showed up was the third one, and so I had kind of been like, I'm just gonna wait, and maybe I should just give up on it. But of course, the Barnes & Noble had all of them, and I got volume 1, 2, and 3 of I Don't Know Which Is Love, because I'm pretty sure this is a GL, I think, right? All right, so in her final days of high school, May Sorakai tried to confess her love to her best friend, only to have her hopes crushed. A little heartbreak is fine though, because she'll absolutely, definitely, undoubtedly get a girlfriend in college. And as soon as May's set to resolve, potential paramours start aggressively sidling her up to her, one after another. How on earth is she supposed to settle on someone when she's falling head over heels for every cutie she meets? So I just feel like this is going to be very, very cute. And I think I'm gonna enjoy it. So I'm glad that I have something new to kind of pursue, and I have multiple volumes to read. If you've read this, let me know what your thoughts are on it. I also went ahead and got Fainting Fox with a Face Full of Flowers. Oh, I also got The Desert Butterfly Yearns to Be Caught. Oh, and then I also got Cute But Not Cute. And I don't know why I kept reading them and not just picking them up picking them up all at the same time. But the reason why I'm like, I didn't know, is because I'm pretty sure all of these are on my Hoopla app. It seems that Tokyo Pop, specifically Love, there's a lot of titles on my Hoopla, but now that they've changed things, I can't rent 8 titles. I can only rent 6. So I just bought them because I don't give a damn. I really don't. Second thing I wanted, but really the first thing I wanted. Oh, Choking on Love Volume 3. I can't wait for this. I'm so fucking excited for this. They're just too good looking. Please be in love with it. Oh my god, you know, I almost forgot the way the second volume ended. Bitch, I'm so ready for this. And lastly, now, I know I didn't really need to buy this, but I wanted to. So I got Love Nest Second Volume 1. This is the volume I didn't have, so now I have it. Not having that would not have stopped me from reading everything by this mangaka, but I feel like I can't read anything if I don't have everything. So yeah, I will hold off on talking about the used stuff I got from Second and Charles, because that could just be that could be another video, girl. And you want to know why it could be another video? Because I forgot to tell you guys, I met my watch hours and I'm finally monetized. I'm excited. And honestly, it was really cool. It's really, really cool. I had said multiple times, like, if it didn't happen, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Because, like, at the end of the day, I don't want to do this full time and not have another job, because I don't think I can keep up with the way that other people do. And I respect other people who are able to do this and make it their full-time jobs. There's been so many booktubers I followed for so long that turned this into their job, and it's like just so cool that they got to do that. Same thing with people who have grown so big on TikTok and Instagram. Like, I'm so excited for them that I kind of was like, I'm happy for them, but it probably won't happen to me. And so, like, I'm just gonna cheer them on. So the fact that, like, I hit the 2 things I needed to hit, like, this is exciting. So I'm just really, really happy that I met that milestone, to keep it simply, without rambling. Like, I'm excited. I can't wait. Sorry you guys have to see ads sometimes. I apologize. But I'm excited and I'm really happy. And the fact that, like, it happened finally and I just watched that number, but I still had fun. That's my big thing. As long as I still have fun, that is what matters the most to me. As long as I'm entertaining you guys, that's what matters the most to me. As long as we can chat and we can have fun and we can like recommend stuff to each other, and I can read something that you guys talk about that is so freaking good. Okay, many a thing I've read, been just taken on a wild ride that's been so much fun. And when somebody tells me that they've read something that I recommend, like that is literally the best feeling ever. And I'm just thankful. So I know I say it, but again, thank you everybody. I really appreciate you. So anyway, the video's not over, but that sounds like the ending. We're not done, I don't think. I'm gonna look back at my clips, but there might be one more time we talk. So if you see me again and it's only one more time, that means that I've talked way too much already. If not, then we'll just keep on going because y'all know I don't mind. And a lot of people keep telling me like it's okay if they're long, but they may continue. But anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys a little bit later tonight. Okay, I realized that I didn't actually tell you guys what I read. The other stuff I read. Ugh, look at me, not knowing what the fuck is going on. I'm sorry. So yeah, at one point I needed to, ooh, I haven't opened my iPad and I see a message from, oh, the new season of Villains Are Destined to Die came out. Oh, thank you, Crystal Holdifer. I hope I said that correctly. Thank you for letting me know because I did not know that, and I will be clocking into that immediately. So, what did I read? Okay, I caught up on the newest episode of Tears on a Withered Flower. Where could this go, girl? I am very, very intrigued. Y'all know I still don't like Minchol, and I don't even care about what the hell the background is, okay? I don't care what the fuck. He just continues to piss me off. Did you ever even love her? What's your deal? Like, I feel like Minchol, I still feel, okay, I think that he had these genuine feelings for her when they were younger, but was steady having, like, people shit on her because she was poor. Okay, I don't see y'all driving a Rolls Royce, so I don't know what the fuck is going on. Why? I don't really get that, but that's not the point. Yeah, don't piss me off. So, that was a crazy update, not in a bad way or not necessarily in a good way. There's just like, okay, now we got a little more background again for him being a fucking asshole. What else is fucking new? I need to see something new. Okay. I do. We kind of see a little bit about the debt, kind of. It's interesting that Minchol still is living in a delusion of, if I can just find Jesus, like, it'll be okay and we'll be together again. Do you even want to be with me? Ugh, get away. Like, that's, I don't know if I can handle that. Like, I just can't handle all that back and forth. It would just piss me off. But Minchol sucks, as usual. Melting Point, I caught up on Melting Point. Still really liking it. Although, what's his face still kind of pisses me off. And it's the lighter brunette. I can't remember his name. Okay, should be good because they just have lightsabers in this one. But him, he's okay. But he needs to check his attitude sometimes because I don't like the way he does things. I feel he will eventually finally see what his tattoo is. Because obviously Ian has a tattoo that represents what? Why can't I remember his name? He has something that represents the guy he likes. Unson, I think that's his name. He clearly has something, because I think his name translates to like snow-capped mountain or something. So he has a snow-capped mountain or something like that. I like that. Then I got into, and I can't turn this one around to show y'all that, good God. I got into the newest episode of Pond Where Flowers Fall. This is still really good. We got a little bit more background on the relationship that they had when they first met. Like, basically, you know, this story, unfortunately, is about stepbrothers, but they're not related in any way. So it's not that bad, I guess. But it is really interesting to see the dynamic that they had when they first were introduced to each other as young kids, where Hanbit was really trying to get, what's his name, Wooju, to like him. And Wooju was like, I don't want him to be close to my mom. I don't want him to do, like, you know, just being a fucking dumbass kid. But this, but it is interesting. Like, I like the background. I like what we're going to see. And I really wonder, are they going to be together in the end? And how are they going to do that? Like, I don't have, well, I guess I do have a stepsister. Stepsister? My dad got remarried, so she's my stepsister, right? Obviously, I mostly think of my sister, my day one. But yeah, I can't ever see myself. I can't ever see that happening. I can't ever see myself being, but I mean, this is the story we're reading, so what can I do? And that's what I meant to say earlier. So sorry that I forgot. I got back on Twitter right after I turned the camera off and was like, oh, I forgot to talk about Tears on a Withered Flower because I just saw the post I looked at. But yeah, you know, I just got to yapping about getting all sentimental. Y'all know who I am. But anyway, we'll talk again later now. I do, like I said, I'm going to check how many clips I have because I didn't do that before I turned the camera back on. But the things I want to read tonight, so at the very least, if I have enough, we'll check back in one more time and I will be talking about these volumes. I want to read volume 6 of Dead Mount Death Play, volume 2 of Girl Crush, oh my god, I'm so excited to read this one. Let Me See the Real You, Senpai. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. How to Get Into I Got Reincarnated in a BL World of Big Man Boobs, volume 2. From what I'm understanding, I think this is it, and there hasn't been anything new after that, which is sad because I want more. It's just so fun. It's just so fun. It doesn't say that it's the end, so I'm hoping like eventually this gets more, but it's just simply too good. And last, because I really want to keep going with this, Kai Yaku Bound by Law volume 2. So I might end up reading a bit of manhwa. I still need to get back into Hook, Line, and Sinker because that was really funny. And maybe that's what I need to do. I need to transition to something funny. And also I need to read the newest episode of Villains Are Destined to Die. I must. So yes, now I will see you guys later. Sorry about that. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so the vlog is over now. I got off of work not too long ago. I finished reading. I wanted to talk to you guys last night, but that didn't end up happening. I can't remember why. But I did do some reading. We got a lot to talk. Well, we don't have a lot to talk about, but we have some things to talk about, and I'm excited. So, volume 2, very, very good. Must get into volume 3. I simply must. Oh, this is so good. Like, it's very slow. Like, it's very slow how this is progressing, but obviously, like, it's not just following them, like, pretending to be dating. Like, they're getting accosted by people. They're getting stalked by people. Okay, this is going deep, y'all. This is the prime minister's involved, I think. Some bullying might have been happening in school and a child was institutionalized. This is crazy. And I'm liking it. I really, really hope that the lady is not dead. Somehow, some way. Sadly, I think that she will have been killed. But she was trying to uncover the underbelly of a possible terroristic threat. Okay? Covered up by the government. What's really going on? What's really going on? So I have to get to the bottom of it. And I'm just liking this so much. But as far as the gradual, like, I think in the end, they will end up together. Even though, like, he had a crush on his sister. There's a woman who has a crush on him, but I don't know. I just have this feeling, because I don't know. I didn't watch the show and I haven't read this and I haven't watched anybody talk about this. So I assume that they will be getting together and it just feels like it's going to happen. They have the same birthday, huh? They kind of celebrate each other's birthdays at the end of it. That was so cute. But this is really, really, really good. Volume 2 of Girls Crush. Everybody please pray for me, cross fingers, toes, and whatever other appendage you could cross, that I can hopefully get approved for Viz Media on NetGalley, because they have the 3rd volume on there. And I don't remember when it comes out. I think it comes out in October. I want to read it now because you have to be kidding me. This is so good. Oh, I am really, really, really loving how much our main female character, Tenka, has like grown and evolved in just 2 volumes, right? So we first meet Tenka. She's the blonde girl who was on the pink cover, so volume 1. She had a really kind of shitty childhood, was ostracized because of choices that her mom made and basically her parents made, which isn't fair, and nobody should really like shit on her for that, but it is what it is. And when somebody kind of reached their hand out to her and was like, hey, you know, I want to try to like include you and stuff, she really took that to heart. And she's a very strong-willed person, and she's got a great memory. She's really dedicated, but it just sucks that she didn't feel like she could truly be herself. But then at the same time, is this who she is? You know what I mean? I don't know, it's so hard, but I really, really, really like where it's going. I like Tinka so much. I would definitely want to, I want to follow her through this series because I just know that she's going to be very big one day. And she is slowly shedding the armor that she basically put on herself. She finally confesses to her crush, the crush who likes her. I hated his reaction. I hated his reaction to her, but I loved when she was like, you know what? I am going to do what I want to do. And he just saw her and she's shining bright. Oh, you know, I believe that his feelings for her are pure, and I don't necessarily want him to date Tinka out of pity or anything. And I don't know that he would, but like, I want her to find someone better. I want her to find someone eventually, if that's going to happen for her, who, you know, I understand why she liked him so much. And I still don't think that he would be bad for her if we were just talking about like a relationship side of things. But I want her to find somebody who sees her as she is now and then continues to see her grow. And I think that the problem is that she will always feel like the past her is hanging over her head if she actually was to be with the guy that her friend, basically. It's really cool. The other girl that we meet, she's on the third cover. She's like the cool girl with the bob. Very, very cool. I still really like Arian. Like, I want to see if, okay, well, you would think that this second volume would be more from her perspective, but it still was following Tinka. So the third girl, she is actually Korean. Tinka and Arian are Japanese, going to Korea to be K-pop idols. The girl who's actually Korean, I want to see more about her too, because she definitely has a hard exterior. She's a bitch, and you know what? I can respect that because she's the opposite of Tinka, right? They are both very serious about what they're doing. Before Tinka gets a second chance, we don't know that this is actually what she really wants to do, if she's just doing it to do it, which I kind of feel like you might be able to say of the other girl, the Korean girl. But I think they both really want to do it. They just are they're similar and different in many different ways. So similar in that I think they both view themselves as like the perfect version of whatever. But the difference is that Tinka isn't outwardly mean to people and the other girl is. I mean, she didn't backhand. She open hand slapped her friend in the face after basically like shitting on her. And then she got slapped right back, but couldn't be me. Okay, I'm not slapping my friends across the face. And you're certainly not slapping me. So I don't know what's going on over there. But the other girl, I wouldn't necessarily want to be her friend, but I want to see more about her as the story goes on. Volume 6 of Dead Mount Deathplay. This is getting good. This is getting really good. Okay, so we got a little bit more background on Clarissa, which, you know, Clarissa is like a main character she's a main character that pops up every now and then. So it's easy to forget about Clarissa, I think, but she is a really interesting character. We learned a little bit more about Zhao Yu, I think his name is. He is the one who is working for the Shinoyama family. He's on volume, I probably remember there. He's on volume 7, I think. I think he's on the next one. And he was the one who got his arms and legs cut off and was just a damn, you know, in the hospital bed in his family. It was crazy. I just feel so sorry for the young man, but he's better now. But this other creepy ass family, the Agarakura family, I think, they're scaring the hell out of me, and I want to see more of them because they're very interesting. But more and more things are colliding. Okay, actually, now that I just said that, this is the thing that stood out to me. It's like, ooh, yeah, okay. So basically at the end, when they're kind of giving us a recap and then setting us up for the next volume, it says, the world distorts and then connects. Iwanome's memories of his boss and mentor horribly disfigured and overwritten in the same way as the sigil of corpse god's beloved empire. Glimpses of the bastards, children of Sabaramond, and what their aims may be begin to emerge, fragments of the other world corpse god lived in, and more, all forcibly being drawn toward Shinjuku. So, yeah, and then the other one, and then the worlds connect. So we just met another person who may have been from corpse god's world. What is going on? Is everybody just trying to get at corpse god? I don't know. So I'm really interested in that. It's going to be really fun. Then I read and found out, and I'm really excited. Apparently this is 3 volumes. Oh, thank you, Twitter, for telling me. I'm going to put the pictures that I found on Twitter. Volume 2, well, I don't know if they're going to look like this, but 2 and 3. God, yes. I loved Let Me See the Real You Senpai. This was really good, but very specific, okay? Because at the end of this, girl, I enjoyed this a lot. And I really, 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 really hope that we get volume 2 and 3 soon over here. Or I somehow get access to them physically. That would be cool. Early. That would be really nice. I enjoyed this so much. Our first main character, Haruki, he is a VTuber, and his persona is Haru. Is it Haru? What is it? Oh, shit, I can't remember. Because once they get together, people merge their names. Oh, it's Haruki Yara. So it's his real first name, but not his real last name, right? And he is an introvert. He's always been introverted. He's been the loner. He's been the loser. He's been made fun of because he's an otaku, and he basically has kind of shut himself off from everyone. And what he has found a lot of comfort in, even though it's taken him some time, is to be a VTuber. So he has created this persona that is super upbeat, super extroverted, but he takes a bunch of stories that have happened to other people that he's known throughout his life, not people who were his friends, and used it as his persona to make him really come off as extroverted. But he's kind of stuck at 700,000 followers, and he really, really, really wants to hit 1 million. So a new VTuber enters the chat, and they are a femboy. Okay, yeah, we like that. I can't remember what. Is it you? Because his real name is you. Yeah, I think they both use their first names. But so he is the second male lead, and this is his. Okay, are you gonna focus, girl? This is his V2 persona, and this is what's his face is. Sorry, my brightness is down so low. I can barely see myself, so I don't know if it's even focusing for you guys. And basically what ends up happening is he is very honest, and he's like, the reason why I got into this is because of him. I remember watching his stuff, and he's the one who made me want to be a VTuber. So of course that like hits him in the feels, but because he's never had any experience with anybody, like even as a friend, he is trying to protect himself and only looking at the possibility of collabing with him as a way to get him to 1 million subscribers. So he agrees, it goes well, but he keeps like taking a few more steps than Haruki is really comfortable with, but he ends up going along with a lot of the stuff that you wants because he is desperately trying to not expose the fact that he really is an introvert, because he's really scared that he's going to get exposed, and then this thing that means so much to him, basically his whole identity, the only thing that brings him joy, will be taken from him. And so I can totally, I totally feel for him. I would want to be his friend. He seems like such a really nice person. It just sucks that instead of meeting like 1 or 2 people throughout his life, because he's 28, who he could connect with in real life, he has never met anybody like that, and he has kind of just allowed himself to be a recluse. But with the introduction of you, he starts to get out of his comfort zone. He ends up doing a live stream with someone else. They meet up in person, and then they are, you know, hanging out, but then they get to kissing and sucking and licking on each other. Okay, girl, I'm all for the ride. And yeah, then something bad happens. Oh, that is sad. That's so scary to me what ends up happening, where possibly someone will be canceled. And I mean, I think you can guess who it would hit the worst if something happened. Oh, that could be in the way. And it's just, it's okay though. But the one thing I will say is this, because I just finished this and I said it out loud, because I said, oh my God. So let me see the real you senpai. This is something that he is constantly saying to him. And then we find out why, because he I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to give some stuff away because I got to talk through this. Oh, okay. So when he tells him how he got introduced to his stream and like what that meant for him, basically he is an extroverted person, but he works in sales. So I guess he's like a salaryman or whatever. And he is really good with talking to people, but his life became like really, what is it? Clean, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. What's the third one? Rinse, repeat? Start all over again, whatever. And he was just very, very down, but then he was introduced to his stream and he was like, oh my God, I love you. But then we find later that he found one of his old videos, like first video where he's stuttering and he hasn't made this persona that he has now in the future. And he was like, oh, okay, I think I really get him now. So then that really comes into play, right? And I love when that happens. Y'all know how I felt with, I didn't mean to fall in love. Y'all know when you say the name of the damn thing, it's gonna hit me. But then it got a little bit too crazy for me. Because let me tell you this. If I'm basically a virgin, okay, for the longest time, he will not show him his ween or his nipples because they're very pink. Okay, I'm a brown nipple person personally, just so y'all know. But that's okay. Pink nipples, pink little wiener, that's fine. Whatever. As long as it's not purple like the dude from Incomplete Combustion, then everything's working fine, I guess. But in the end, when everything is like settled and they're finally gonna fuck for real, let me tell you something. He finally takes his shirt off. Okay, you see his little nipples, that's fine. You can take his little, hang on, he's like, okay, shout out to the uncircumcised going on here. Okay, we don't see enough of that. But then, and this would be a no for me, okay? Don't ever in your life, and it would never happen, but don't ever in your life, he's like, I want to see all of you. Toots his ass up, he pushes him back, toots his ass up, spreads the cheeks. You are not about to see my hole like that, okay? That is too much. That was the only thing I was like, okay. We didn't need to jump in the deep end like that, okay? But then you just get a full, I've seen his hole, and it's like, yeah. I mean, it's an illustrated hole, but we're talking, and I'm not gonna get on my, I'm certainly not getting on my back, but you know, two of legs in the air. I mean, he's pushing him back. He got, what? No. I don't want anybody to see my asshole like that, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't care for a hole in that way personally, but that's just me. That's not a judgment. I'm just saying, if this was my scenario and you were saying to me, I want to see all of you. Okay, well, but don't push me back, toot me up and get this thing spread. And then you're looking in me. He was looking in him. He was in him. Okay. It was like when you go to the eye doctor and they're trying to let nigga see through that bitch all the way to the back of your skull. That was him looking at his hole. And you know, if you're into that, I mean, he was into it. So congratulations. But I said, no, that I'd never done seen before. But you know, I'm just saying, you know what? But he enjoyed it for the most part. I don't think he really got to boning, but God, I wish I could show you. I really wish I could show you what was going on. I do, because I'm talking, you see everything, and that's fine. That's fine here. But just don't toot me up, dude. Don't. How can I show you without showing you? Okay, I'm gonna show you. I gotta hide this part. Don't ever in your life do that to me. Okay, don't ever in your life. And it's fine, you know, look your shit up. But don't stare into it. Don't stare into it. That's my only thing. Don't stare into it the hole, please. Maybe I'm kind of a prude, but don't stare into my hole like that. I'm sorry. I had to go on that little tangent because I just could not. I think I had a good 30 seconds of just like, not for me personally, but like I'm happy for them. But don't. See all the ridges on the outside and the inside? No, not for me. Now, the final thing. In your wake, I caught up on that. What is going on? We might have a stalker, okay? I'm still annoyed with Yuno, okay? He's still pissing me off. It's funny how he is like, Oh my God, why do you even care? Stop worrying. Like, stop. You're the one who is self-conscious about the fact that I never dated anybody. Okay, not me, but the dude that he is living with, you know, his, what is his name? Fuck. Heywan, that's right. So you were the one who wanted to be with Heywan, okay? Heywan didn't get with you just because you, out of pity. And I think that's what's really like, no, I know that's what's really pissing me off. Just because you're self-conscious, because Heywan, okay, God forbid he didn't want to have like a steady person. Like if he just wants to fuck on the side, then let him do that. You're different. You're different. When are you going to get over your insecurity? Well, guess what? Now a dude that he used to fuck with, but also his coworker, so that's a really shitty situation, is now like coming around, and then we have to find out that possibly he, like Heywan had to tell him to stop like kind of coming around him, but he keeps calling. The way that ended, I was like, oh, but then I could have swore I saw something on Twitter that said, wait, was it this or was it this one? It might have been In Your Wake. I think I saw something that said it's gonna be a 2-month hiatus. I can't keep going through this anymore, okay? I can't. I don't understand. If that's the truth, stop, please. I can't take this. And then we have A Tree Without Roots. And this is what I can't remember because the covers to me look very similar. In passing, obviously they don't look, these are not the same people, but I can't remember if it's A Tree Without Roots or In Your Wake that I saw on Twitter said it's going to have a long hiatus. Please, God, don't let it be. I don't want either of that to happen, but I really don't want it to be A Tree Without Roots because now we just got to a really crazy part, okay? They brought the mom in, the murderess, okay, and the homicidal maniac lady. They brought her ass into the police station. Now she's lawyered up. And they need to take her down. Someone needs to take her down because I don't want to see her face anymore. But it looks like the police chief is probably gonna stifle the whole thing, okay, for money and greed, and you don't get to do that, okay? A woman was murdered, and then another man who was kind of a piece of shit, but that's not the point. He was also murdered by this woman. Are you kidding me? No. I'm sorry, but some people got to have a little bit more integrity, and you know, you know, this is America. We're living in a capitalist country, and it's getting fucking crazy. But you can't sell your soul that cheap, man. You gotta have you can't be that way. A fictional person in this fictional story, and you hear that rain? I don't like storms. It was storming so bad earlier. I don't hate rain, but I don't like thunder and lightning. And it was thundering and lightning really crazy. I texted my mom, and I was like, Mom, did you hear that? Nobody cares that I'm scared of storms in my life, sadly. Everyone just kind of thinks that it's funny, but it's not, because that shit shakes the house, and I don't want that. But yeah, that's the end of the vlog. I did a lot of good reading, I think. I read a lot of cool stuff. Did I? Now I feel like I forgot what I read. What did we end up talking? Okay, so we read a lot. I already put everything that was there away, so I did read a lot of good stuff. Yes, I did. I just put everything away already. This was really good. I know I didn't get to the second volume of I Got Reincarnated in a BL World of Big Man Boobs, but I do want to read this. We'll just start it in the next reading vlog. Devin also made fun of me, and he does this all the time. It's very annoying. He took a picture of all the books all over the living room. Who are you to expose me to our friends? Yes, I had a stack there and 2 stacks here, and the ones I hadn't put away back there, and the ones on the table that I was getting ready to read. But that's not the point. Okay, this is my domain, I would say. Really, everything in the house is my domain, so if I want to put books there, I can. But, yeah. Today was a good day. I had fun at work. Everybody loved me. I brought them pizza. I brought the managers Red Bulls and sweet tea. So, yes, everybody loves me. And, yeah, besides the scary-ass thunder and lightning, it's going to be a good fucking time. I'm very happy. I got one of my vlogs, not one of my vlogs, my haul has been edited, saved, and it'll be uploaded tomorrow. Tomorrow as in Sunday, as in, what is today? The 7th. Once again, I might be doing a September TBR late. My bad. Maybe I shouldn't even do that. I don't know. But either way, I'm excited. We are going to Alexandria next week after I work crazy hours. So I'm not going to see you guys until we're actually there. Monday and Tuesday, I have to work 2 12-hour shifts. And then on Wednesday, I'm working a little bit, but I literally have no PTO left after everything that happened earlier this year. So I'm just kind of going to be working, not getting paid 40 hours, which is totally fine. It is what it is. I want to spend time with my family, and that's what matters the most to me. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being there with me, opening those mystery boxes, seeing everything else, hearing me complain about these wieners and everything else and holes and stuff. I'm sorry, but I appreciate you so much. We've got a lot of good stuff to read next week because I got to get back into The Broken Ring. Villains Are Destined to Die is back. There's another straight story I was interested in. I can't remember the name. I'll put a picture up. But we got some good stuff coming, and I might be rereading Jinx. I keep saying it, but I really am ready because when we go on that trip, I'm not going to bring too many books with me. I will only have my iPad, so we might get back into some stuff. But thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please like the video. If you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow my other social media. It's in the description box down below. And you have a good day. Goodbye.